Welcome to Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
We have a very important, I'm going to say important show tonight. What do you think, Michael? Important is the right word?
I think important is correct. I would say it's a solemn Dark Matters.
Yeah.
Usually this show can get a little bit irreverent, but tonight is a very solemn Dark Matters.
Yeah. We can't legally play, Sarah McLachlan. We can't
Arms of an Angel.
We can't play that, but you should imagine that song is playing in the background throughout the show, basically.
That's right. And of course, if you're in the chat, you've seen it. But the topic of tonight's show is rest in peace to Lon Adams. Now, we have some. We have a good amount prepared about Lon's life.
You think we should have invited his family to this show? Because
I think they're grieving. They probably they're
not awake
father
now.
And grandfather and probably don't want to come on a show. He was living in a nursing home in North Carolina, so I assume that this is already 1 a.m. for his family.
Well, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up. We've got a very disturbing and a little bit of a sad message from John Williamson. We've got a couple emails from him. And I'll just say that it's a little bit of a sad note from John Williamson tonight. Of course, one of our mystery emailers, John.
That's right.
And as always, you can call the show. You'll see the number popping up on the bottom there. It's 818-650-DARK. That's 3275 on your phone box. Your phone box?
I also am offering. I'll offer it now. I tried to put this on Reddit, and it was immediately removed by moderators on multiple subreddits.
Why do you think? Because it was just self-promotion or something? Something
like that. But I put it in Reddit, in subreddits that I thought it would be appropriate. Basically just saying that I would give a box of Slim Jims to the person who calls in with the best Slim Jim story.
Yeah, and that still holds.
They were both removed immediately. Like I posted them, and I was immediately redirected to a page saying this post has been removed by moderators.
Why do you think? Is it because you had a link in there or something?
I did. My only options were an image or a link, and I put the link to the Facebook event for the show. I wonder if they block Facebook links just because they're potentially of low quality, but it said it was removed by the moderators, which to me says it was removed by a person, and I was pissed off at the person who wouldn't let that through.
That was very jerky of Reddit.
Yeah.
Get this.
Jay Fleischstein says, "How jerky of Reddit."
I get it.
Sorry,
it's a good pun.
It's a good pun.
It's a good pun. We're gonna snap into them later if we have time. Should we get into this? Why? Now, Bilo, we were trying to figure out what to do for the show, and you decided to do this. I didn't realize that this guy, Lon Adams, I thought he was the inventor of the Slim Jim. He was not the inventor of the Slim Jim.
No, he did not invent the Slim Jim, but he came up with the taste of the Slim Jim.
So I guess we'll get into that.
Yeah. Slim Jims are almost as old as Lon Adams. Slim Jims were invented in the 20s, which is crazy.
They were invented in the 20s?
But I assume they just tasted like shit. Yeah.
This.
They've been making Slim Jims since the 1920s, but I assume they just tasted like complete ass until Lon Adams.
What does complete ass taste like?
I think
you're getting all the flavors of ass in there. It's not just a little hint of ass. You're talking about complete ass.
It tastes like complete ass. Yeah. if you've ever had menudo that isn't totally, figured out,
No, I have
think
not.
like that.
I've had menudo.
You've never had like not fully clean intestine meat?
No. You're saying that like that's a
You should.
common experience. No, I've not had not fully
I think
cleaned
that's a pretty common experience.
intestine meat. No, I have not. 818-650-3275. What a fun. Should we hop to it?
Let's hop. Yeah, let's
it.
hop
All
to
right,
it.
here. Whoa! Look at this. I changed orientations.
Oh my
Look
God!
at this,
And we're still both visible.
and you can see us. All right, so here's our little presentation on Lon Adams. Rest in peace, Lon Adams. I like the piano. That's a nice touch,
All right.
Bilo.
Yeah, thank you.
I put a slide transition on this so it slides to the side. You did this in PowerPoint? Are we doing PowerPoint?
I did this.
Now?
I did this actually in the free version of PowerPoint, the LibreOffice version of
Oh,
PowerPoint.
even better.
Yeah.
Boom. Well, it's really confusing because when I go back, it does the same animation as if I was going forwards. So I'm just like, well, like this is so weird. All right, this is Dark Matter's memorial. This is our first memorial. No, it's not. We had a Herman Cain tribute, but it wasn't a memorial.
That's true. Yeah. This one, people knew Herman Cain from his. Listen, that was just a tribute. This is a real memorial. This is we want to learn a little bit about his life.
All right. You take the way. You just tell me when to click to the next slide.
Yeah, for sure. We're joined here today to honor the memory of Lon Adams. He was born in March 1925 in Iowa. He served in the 82nd Airborne Division, which is sort of the second most famous airborne division after the 101st.
Is it? What's the Airborne Division rankings, Bilo? What are they?
101st is clearly number one. Clearly number one. Mostly for their heroism in the Second World War. But they've been active ever since. 82nd, I would say the clear number two, though. If anybody in the comments,
that's your second off the board is 82nd.
Yeah, still a great unit. Fought in the European theater in World War II, and he was shot in the face during the Battle of the Bulge in 1944 in Belgium. Why
did you put music? That's fucking crazy that he got shot in the face. I saw that it went through one cheek and then went out below his ear or something.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he got not the Phineas Gage injury, but basically something where it's just impossible to imagine someone living through that, let alone living through it and having a successful
life. Why are there musical
afterwards.
notes on the bottom of this? This is for the guy who perfected the Slim Jim.
That's just how this presentation format was done.
No effort to customize. All right. Oh, there he is. Handsome young man.
So yeah, this is a picture of him from his army days.
The musical notes are really killing me. It's like, what is this guy has nothing to do. I mean, I'm sure maybe he liked music. We know nothing about him. Should we prank call? His family? No.
They did not mention whether or not he liked music. Brother Wags asking if this is Dark Matters. Brother Wags, this is Dark Matters.
Okay. This is the most basic slideshow.
And of course, this is his work. He developed the flavor of Slim Jims as the head of meat science.
Science.
I've forgotten the name of the company. That he worked at. Where he was the head of meat science.
Yeah, I couldn't have possibly written that down. Sorry, I'm just gonna make fun of your slide presentation throughout. I'm sorry.
You're not. Listen, if you don't like the musical notes, you can go get fucked.
I might be able to go get fucked. You never know. Anyway, it's very serious. This is a memorial He has died of SARS-CoV-2. So actually, I have a correction there, Michael. He died of COVID-19. SARS-CoV-2 is the virus that causes COVID-19. That's like saying somebody.
Is that correct?
SARS-CoV-2 is the name of the virus, and the disease is COVID-19. That's from my list. I listened to the This Week in Virology podcast. They always get really anal about that.
That's interesting. I'm glad to know that. I didn't realize it has the HIV.
Yeah.
Or I guess the HIV.
Yeah, exactly.
Relationship.
Yeah. What a relationship that is. This is one of the classic relationships.
Relationship meaning analogy.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know why I said that. All right, here we go. Oh, this is gross.
Okay. Everything you wanted to know about Slim Jims. The great profile of him in the New York Times. He was profiled in the New York Times as part of their series on people who've died of COVID-19, not SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19. Where they talk about how Slim Jims are made, and I thought I would share some of that information. They begin as a 60-pound frozen block of meat called beef head meat, which comes from the cheek and
so it's
jowl
like
cow.
cabeza, basically.
It's basically like cabeza, exactly. Yeah. The meat is mixed with chicken, spices, and lactic acid starter culture. So it's basically they're converting this meat product into a sausage, and then it's squirted into long collagen casings. And like that is kind of the most disgusting part of the Slim Jim.
Squirted.
I think
is a troubling word there. Squirted into casings.
Well, if you've eaten one, like the outside, it like comes apart from its casing, and I had always wondered if it was just encased in plastic, but apparently it's encased in collagen, which is much better, but it still is.
I've never felt better about being vegan than today.
Hunty says that he's translated the notes in the slideshow and says it's the Inspector Gadget theme, which I'm somewhat skeptical of, but I mean we gotta.
I mean, you'd have to transpose this to a staff to be able to play them. We don't. It's just random notes.
Well, if you transpose them up or down, it's
we should get somebody to play this. Remember when we tried to do a musical orchestra seance, but the psychic refused to read the.
The psychic refused to. The psychic told us
that
Franz Schubert did not want to finish his symphony. And she scribbled. Then she scribbled on a page and made me put the appearance fee that we paid her in between her boobs.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the whole bit was supposed to be hilarious because the psychic couldn't. We hired an orchestra to play Franz Schubert's famous unfinished symphony. We're going to contact him from beyond the grave and have him finish it psychically. And then obviously the psychic is not going to know how to write down music. So we just envision the psychic just like scribbling a bunch of bullshit on a piece of paper, and then the orchestra would have to play it, and it would sound ridiculous. But she refused to write anything down on the paper. So it ruined the whole bit.
According to her, Franz Schubert did not want to finish it. So hard to
I wish Bilo would squirt into my collagen casing too. That's a great point. All right, go to the next slide.
I was really hoping that would not be said on the stream. Wow. But what are you going to do?
7,600 foot coils. This gets worse and worse.
Yes. Yeah. A Slim Jim is made. They take all that beef head meat and chicken and lactic acid and spice. They grind that up and they squirt it into a collagen casing that is 7,600 feet long, a mile and a half long.
That can't be right.
So the Slim, no, that is absolutely. This is like literally cut and paste from the article.
Oh, so you didn't know? You're admitting you did no original research. You're just cutting and pasting from an article that you read.
Yeah, that is correct. Well, I mean, do you think there's like a lot written about this
I
guy's
don't
life?
know.
Should I be compiling primary sources
Maybe
on Lon Adams?
call his buddies. I mean, I'm just saying we gotta let the listeners know the amount of work that went into this. Wow, 7,600 foot coil of face meat.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, this is the most important.
20 hours.
But what? There you go.
Yeah, free block. If you've got a good Slim Jim story, we will send you a box of Slim Jims for your
I'll
story.
say if you have a Slim Jim story, because anybody, I don't have a Slim Jim story. I mean, I've eaten them in moments of pure hunger and a lack of options, but
Sure.
I don't have a story about it. So if you've got a story, I want to hear it. 818-650-3275.
It's 818-650.
Oh, and here he is. Here's Lon. Yeah, what is up with this free box of Slim Jims to tonight's best Slim Jim story, May? That's it.
I don't know how that. Yeah.
May.
I think I was trying to type mailed to your address or
Yeah.
something like that, but I
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah, really making beautiful
Very
music
clearly.
tonight. And here he is. Here's Lon, our tributee tonight, who
Tribute
perfected the Slim Jim.
the taste
That
of
was
Slim
it.
Jim.
Now, I've got some. This is when I think of. Oh wait, I'm gonna do this first. So Lon Adams, you are our first inductee. Oh, I gotta put it up higher. He's our first inductee into the Dark Matter's Hole of Glory. So, like a football team has like a ring around the stadium. We have a Hole of Glory from Lon Adams, our first inductee. I'm sure he's very proud. I'm very
Yes.
proud of this graphic
Hope
that I
he's-
spent like a half hour making.
It looks
I
great.
spent most of the half hour looking for an appropriate ring of fire to put in there.
Where do you find a Ring of Fire graphic that you can adapt?
Google. Google.
Google.
Yes.
Sure.
So welcome to the Hole of Glory, Lon Adams. Thank you, Brother Wag, saying Lon is watching Dark Matters from heaven. I should, if I knew that Bilo was gonna have musical notes on his slideshow, I would have put some on this graphic for sure. Now I know for me, Slim Jim for me is all about Macho Man. So I've got a couple clips that I pulled down. Just some Macho Man Slim Jim commercials. It's
Yeah.
already 10:18. So here I'm just gonna roll these. Bilo, if you want to watch on the feed.
Yeah.
Very, very sleepy. Now step out of it and step into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. Oh yeah! So boring.
Well, so how many high school boys does it take to change a light bulb?
Wanna light up your light? Yeah! Step into a Slim Jim. Turn to the spice.
I wish I could pause this. I can't pause it.
Baby juicy taste.
That guy who owns the lamp store seems to be some type of
Step into
Yeah.
a Slim Jim.
molester. I mean, there's not a nice word
Romeo,
for it.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Again, please.
Again?
Again.
I kind of agree with the director. That was a bad
Step
take.
into a
It was a
Slim
bad
Jim.
performance. They should have done it again.
Turn to the spice. That baby juicy taste. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim.
How was that?
At first, I thought the director was Gary Shandling. But I was later clearly proven wrong.
Wherefore out there, Romeo. Yeah. I really, the lamp store guy, it felt like he had those boys like captive in his store.
Yeah.
And then Macho
No,
Man like
it's
rescued them.
It definitely feels like the that story from Dubliners about the kids who get who either get molested or almost get
Philo
molested.
going straight to James Joyce at 10:20 p.m. on a Saturday night.
It's so close to the actual situation in that
And
commercial.
so you're saying, I mean, I
perfect
haven't
view.
read that since I was like a junior in high school. You're saying in Dubliners there's boys in a lamp store that are like held captive in a lamp store? Is that really true?
They're not in a lamp store, but they're in like a store. And the proprietor of the store tries to molest them.
Oh. Yeah. What like why would you ever be in a were you ever in a lamp store when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You would just get yelled. The proprietor of a lamp store, if he see a teenager, would just be like, "Get the fuck out of my store. You're just going to break a lamp."
Yeah. There's like, what are they there for? Are they there to buy lamps for, the houses that they don't own? Like, there's no need to go into a lamp store, at least until college, maybe. Even
Jay
then,
Fleischden
IKEA
is doubting your Dublin that's a Dubliner story. I hope it's not. And you just have some weird, creepy memory of like a story about a store.
I'm gonna find the story about a store.
Why don't you spend
I
5 minutes
will,
doing that and not pay attention to the show?
That's
I'm
exactly
being
what
such-
I
I'm being
plan to
such
do.
an asshole today. That's
Yeah.
because I'm feeling.
Gosh, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. We didn't even do any banter.
We should do banter.
Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
don't-
we should do the
all
banter.
you care about
now. We
is
should-
Lon Adams, and you don't care about me.
Yeah, well, in fairness, he died. We should do banter. I have some banter
Yeah, go
before
ahead.
we do more Slim Jim stuff. 818-650-3275. And then we've got John Williamson to get to. We've got some stuff. So I had carpet installed in my office today. You may not notice, but my office had cement or concrete floors because it was like 100-year-old garage.
Yeah.
We lost viewers as I started saying I had carpet installed in my garage. I love watching the little number go up and down. So the guy, because I had to put in carpet because I record audio and stuff in here. I can't have it be all echoey, whatever. So this fucking carpet guy comes to my house, no mask. Just knocks on my door, no mask. It's like, come on, bro. And
Yeah.
and then so he's like working in here, no mask on, putting in this carpet for like 4 or 5 hours. It looks good and it sounds better. But so the guy,
I'm glad you don't have to have.
he comes to tell me that he's done. He has no mask on again, so I go meet him in the back. I have my big ass fucking N95 mask on, and then he's in the room here and he goes and he has a mask on and he just says to me, "Oh, I put my mask on. Do you feel more comfortable now?" I was like, "Yes, motherfucker, I feel more comfortable. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, you fucking carpet guy."
It is. I mean, I think there's there's a new safer at home order, new essentially lockdown order that is being implemented. There are rules. Both the mayor and the governor have imposed, like, I don't know if it's necessarily conflicting, but it seems like it just seems like coordination is key. And having multiple sets of rules makes things more confusing.
Yeah, well, just fucking put a mask on when you're knocking on my door.
That part, I think, is very
And then
simple.
don't point out the fact that you didn't have it on and now just put it on. So I had to like air it out. I had to keep the door and the window and open and the fan on for like 4 hours.
It's true. Frankie asked me how long he needed to air his office out to get to exchange the air from the office, and so I did some
some
back
math.
of the envelope calculations
That was really impressive.
to give him some numbers.
Yeah, and then I did 10 times that amount. Because I waited like 4 hours with everything open. I did not want to fuck around. And he asked Stephanie to use the bathroom. So he had to come in the house and use the bathroom. He used the back bathroom, so we like closed it off. But it's like,
Sure,
I
yeah.
don't know, bro.
Plus, that was the big scare from, or I don't know the big scare, but a scare from the early part of the pandemic was just like, what do you do? Like the you can get COVID from poop particles.
Yeah, you still can, I think.
Yeah, no, I
hope he didn't poop. I don't know.
That's true.
We should call him and ask him if he pooped.
Should we? Should that be our call of the night instead of trying to talk to?
Call my carpet guy at 10:30.
Paul George's agent. We call a carpet guy and ask if he pooped in the house today.
So. I found 818-650-3275. So I found this other video. Wait, Bilo, do you have banter? I'll switch back. Do you have banter? Do you have something you want to talk about?
I thought I did, but I may have lost it in the
I
shuffle.
saw-
I do have the James Joyce story that
Okay.
I'm referring to. It is called Two Gallants, and it is from Dubliners.
Sounds boring. I noticed that your wife changed her name to Bilo on Facebook.
She did.
That's a big step.
It is. Though she hasn't changed her name to Bilo in her phone's voicemail that I'm quite familiar with because I often call her phone to help her find it.
Yeah, we should call him and ask if he pooped. But the installer guy is not the guy whose phone number I have. I don't even know who this guy was. You know who he looked like? Have you seen Twin Peaks? He looked like Bob from Twin Peaks. Literally. Like he had the same kind of like flannel shirt on. He had like the same face as Bob from Twin Peaks. That made it worse. I was like, is this the angel of my death?
Was he appropriately aged versus Bob from Twin Peaks?
He was around the same age, yeah. But I guess instead of being a weird murder ghost, he installs carpet. Mother of Grablin got the intel. It was fast, so probably not a poop. That makes me feel better.
All right.
Good. I found this video
for that poop update.
I found this video when I was looking up Slim Jims. This video is 12 minutes. We're not going to watch this whole video. I just want to start. Maybe we'll watch it in After the Matters. That's our after show. Starts at 11 o'clock. We can watch this whole video. But I just found this video, and I just needed to play the first couple minutes. It's so weird. This is a kid reviewing Slim Jims that I found on YouTube.
Hello everyone, this is Running Empty Food Review. On this afternoon,
Tweetaroo.
or at least I'm sitting here in front of the camera, bringing you, as promised, a food review. You know what this is?
Who did he promise this to?
Do you know what this is? Do you? It's a big stick. I don't know if this is available.
This kid is also from Twin Peaks.
A big stick of smoked meat consumed by
someone's at the door.
real men. At least here in the U.S. apparently. This is the snack of the manliest of
Consumed
men,
by real men.
called the Slim Jim. And that's what we'll be reviewing today. The original. Now, dropping it here because I have some words to say first.
Get to it.
Let's be honest. I don't look like a big outdoorsman, alright? I don't look like a big manly man. So, thought I was gonna.
Is this kid doing like a monologue from a David Mamet play that I'm not aware of?
You see, I was looking for some old pictures. Not on the computer, they weren't digital, they're actual photographs. You know what a photograph is? The physical picture that you hold? Yeah, I was looking through.
He's definitely white enough to be in Fussy Brother
You know what a
Wax.
photograph is? It's a real man one.
And I saw a picture. Someone I knew. And he was sitting there eating a Slim Jim.
Alright.
And that got me thinking, well, what does a Slim Jim taste like? And I thought,
This is like Christopher Walken's character in Annie Hall.
So I went over and I bought one. I actually bought this big giant one here in case I like it. If I don't, well, maybe some scavenger will eat it. Who knows? But I'm curious as to what it tastes like. Rumor has it I've had a Slim Jim
What do
like
you
a
think he
decade
means by
ago,
scavenger?
honestly,
I don't know, a
remember.
person or an
Animal
animal.
or person?
We're trying
I
it
think
now.
he was like,
Slim
was he
Jim, the
Mr.
original.
Fuchsia in Reservoir Dogs, and he just got cut out of the movie?
Smoked snack stick. Ingredients. I feel like I'm doing an energy drink review here. Yeah, you want to know what's in it, right? Beef, pork.
This is a 12-year-old video. I should look at my history.
Joe Pesci, which is
salt, blah blah. Nutrition facts: serving size.
This kid is
one
like-
stick. So you mean
I was in
I'm
college with
supposed to
this
eat
kid.
big thing in one serving? Ooh, look at this. The thing's like towering here, but it's thin.
He hasn't even opened the goddamn Slim Jim yet. What if we do watch all 12 minutes of this video?
It's unfortunately compelling.
Nutrition information.
I just want him to open it.
Good until September of 2014, so this is good. Good for a while. Slim Jim. I know why they call him Slim, but where do they get Jim from? Jim, the guy that came up with this? So...
Yeah,
gonna
where did they get
open
Jim
this,
from?
Good old fashioned right here. of the
In England, they
He's
call
gonna
him a
cut
narrow
it with
James.
scissors.
magenta scissors. Alright. Will this do the job?
Oh, Mr.
Will
Magenta.
this do
Sorry.
the job? I
Which he
don't
was
think
keeping
so.
in his pocket. He had just had pointy scissors
I
in
see
his.
the opening there, okay. I guess I could have opened it like a real man and I could have just bit
This.
off
Look
the
at
top.
all this
but,
stuff on the credenza.
That's not how we run things
Yeah.
here on. When I'm doing it right.
And they have a
So,
John
the Slim
McNaughton
Jim.
picture
As you
above
can
the
see, we
kid.
have no fine china or anything like that to really eat it on.
No
Because
fine
after
China.
vigorous
I need to know what this kid's about.
and diligent research. I was up literally all night last night researching about this Slim Jim here. And after much research, we've realized that it does not need to be eaten on a plate. And this is almost a first for our show. So we're just going to take a bite out of it here. So I hope, we're breaking precedent here.
We just watched a video of this kid
Oh, man.
eating a fucking Slim Jim for the
Look like
half
a
the show.
smoked stick of meat.
This video has
Nothing more to say about it,
31,000
so
views.
let's dig in. Good time, excited.
Oh wow, oh my
Like
god,
the top here, right?
this guy has 2 million
Maybe I'll-
subscribers
I
now
don't know. I have mixed
on
feelings.
YouTube. I gotta pull this up.
Just
Are
gotta
you
do
kidding
what
me?
we're always doing, just dig in.
I gotta pull this up. Hold on.
Pup.
How do I pull this up?
He's got no lips.
This guy has 2 million subscribers. What are we doing wrong, Bilo? We're not eating Slim Jims.
Yeah. I mean, you were always, sad that, or not sad, but like I think justifiably pissed off about that guy who
You know,
just got scared at
This is what
things
many-
on Twitch.
Oh yeah, you mean Markiplier?
I don't remember the name, but you did some commercial.
Yeah, it was
you had a
Markiplier.
commercial.
I'm analyzing
Yeah.
the flavors here.
So we've just gotta, we just need an
Mistake
angle.
anything else?
Look at this kid here. I'm gonna cut the video off. This is his page now.
Oh my god.
Look at it. The report of the week. Here, wait, let me get a little.
Why do people call me Review Bra?
What the fork? He has 2.17 million subscribers, and now he's wearing a suit. I didn't realize this guy was like a
Oh,
thing.
Yes.
This guy, Taco Bell reviews, radio lectures, how-to series, chicken sandwich reviews.
Have you ever seen the Pangest Munch?
No.
Or a chicken connoisseur is the guy who does it.
He has a store?
I mean, you got 2 million people following along. This is
We don't have a store.
You can make some money. He really does
Oh,
look like
I accidentally clicked over the wrong tab.
Joe Pesci playing Ben Shapiro.
Wait, if I click into this tab, it's like a weird hall of mirrors.
Yeah, it's cool. Is that like every time it renders, it's getting smaller? That's awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah, we need some dark matters. I didn't know this kid was famous. I just thought this was a random YouTube video. Wait, now I'm stuck in hell.
I mean, this is before he was famous. You know, this is how he
Guess
got his
so.
start.
What were we doing back then?
What is this? This is 2008. I was in college. That was a good time, sort of.
Yeah. Well, this says it was from 2014 is the upload date.
Oh, okay. So, 2014. I guess we were not yet performing together, right?
No, we were, right? Let me look it up.
Wait, what is the mukbang of the laughing Korean guy?
No. Okay, February 2015. That's when we started performing.
What we should have been doing is parting our hair and eating Slim
Yeah.
Jims.
Now I'm just questioning all my life choices. I'm just going. All my life is flashing before my eyes. I'm just like questioning everything. I really am.
You know, I don't know if you can. I think there's just honesty to what he does. There's internal honesty for that guy, or maybe he's just turned off all of the parts of his brain that, you know, would make one feel very ashamed for doing that.
We should do a paranormal mukbang. I think that's a good idea.
Let's
J-Pill
see.
saying
A mukbang is a video
somebody
of
eating a shit ton of food. Like we should, you know, like how you have like Elijah's cup at Passover. We should just put out like a giant. Is there a famous mukbanger who like
Big plate of
died,
ribs.
and then we can just put out a big fucking
Oh
plate
my
of food
God,
and see if he
yes.
comes and eats it.
Ah, I would love that. Also, if the food did started to get being inside indoors for so long really does make me wish for like terrifying paranormal things to happen.
818-650-3275. Nobody has called yet
818-650
tonight.
dark.
I mean,
Yeah, nobody wants that box of Slim Jims that's coming their way.
if you have the best Slim Jim story, I'll just take any Slim Jim story. You will get a whole ass box of Slim Jims. If you're just joining us, here's Lon Adams. Here's a different photo of him. He is our first inductee into the Hole of Glory, the Dark Matters Hole of Glory.
Hole of Glory.
He's our first, not the last. I just really want to show off my Hole of Glory graphic that I made.
I did have here's one thing that I did want to talk about. Also, it was banter related and COVID related. People are apparently the LA County Department of Public Health. The head of the Department of Public Health lives pretty close to me, and people have been protesting at her house. Like there have been nightly protests of like 20 to 60 people protesting at the house of the head of the LA Department of Public Health, LA County Department of Public Health, which is really next level when civil servants whose names you should not know start getting protested.
What was I gonna do?
I don't
forgot
know.
what I was gonna do.
Okay, I thought you were. I thought you had somehow dropped off the stream or got.
I'm trying to find our first
Attacked or abducted.
email. Okay, it was 2014, Bilo.
Okay. That was
November
was
of
the,
2014.
Dusty.
That's when it started. We've got a call.
Oh.
Dark Matters.
This is Dark Matters.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Deb
Oh my
Jones.
God, Deb Jones. So good to hear from you.
Deb Jones.
You have to forgive me. I missed the first half of the show. I just tuned in. I was on a Zoom call with Jody. We're in a pre-production right now, so you have to forgive me. When Hollywood comes a knocking.
That's fantastic, Deb. Can you tell us anything about the movie, or?
I can tell you a few things. Not very much. Jody wants us to keep it hush hush. But there is some talk that James Taylor actually might be on the shoot with us.
James Taylor,
the so cool. I've always been such a
musician.
The musician.
Yeah, James Taylor, the musician. Yeah, absolutely.
On the shoot as an actor, or what in what function?
Both. As an actor and as a musician, but again, I cannot tell you too much. But I can tell you that there's some interest. He is not attached as of yet, but there's a good chance that can change pretty soon.
Why would he be attached? What's he?
We're cautiously optimistic.
But what does he do? Like, what was his function?
Would he attach himself to our film? Because Jodie Foster's an excellent director, and they've been close friends for some time. It's just, he's just, again, you're trying to pry out information that could get me in trouble. I don't, and there's already enough going on.
Well, Deb. Last thing we want to do is get you in trouble. What's going on? Why are you calling in tonight?
To say hi. Make sure everyone's still alive and well, still wearing a mask. I have to tell you, this is some trying times, as we all know.
Yeah, Deb. I think you missed my fascinating carpet story, which I'm not going to. I'm not going to repeat it. A guy came to put carpet in my house and he didn't wear a mask. That's the log line, to use a Hollywood term.
And Frankie's unhappy with that.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Yeah. What did you guys do?
Nothing. We just stayed. We'll see. Now I'm just retelling the story that lost us half of our viewers the first time that I told it.
Hey, they could double our viewers this time.
Well, hey, that's I would have been so. I tell you, just from exiting my house this morning, I had to run by Rite Aid and pick something up. But just from the walk from the door of my house to my car, I saw 3 maskless people. Can you believe that? 3 fucking masks. It's like, what's going on, man? It's just incredible to me.
Yeah, Stephanie, my wife Stephanie, was going for a coffee run. She texted me a picture. There was a Trump parade down Main Street of Alhambra, but they were all wearing masks. It didn't make any sense to me.
Jesus, just none of it makes sense, right? I think that the 3 maskless people, they all live in my building. I know that a couple of them actually are, liberals. They're progressives. They voted for Biden. They're not, I think I've talked on this show before about my Tea Party neighbors across the way that are always,
they have loud sex.
Yeah. And they're always, talking about, politics as they're having sex and how they refuse to wear the mask and virus is a hoax. And, I guess one of the people across the way, their father came down with it, so I thought that maybe that would change things. Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Still think it's a hoax. Still think people shouldn't wear masks. So, yeah, I think some people will never get it.
I think you're right, Deb.
been fun.
Oh yeah, Deb, it's been.
That's
great
like the
fun.
way that my
It's been-
mom.
it's been really wonderful.
My mom
fun.
says something is interesting. Oh, that's interesting. It means that she
Oh,
fucking hates it. This has been fun. That means that Deb was
no,
bored out of her
honestly, no,
gourd.
This has been fun, though. This is, I love This Is Dark Matters. This is a good thing
Well,
in the world
we've
right
got
now.
a great
Everything else is going to hell.
We've got a great question for Brother Wags in the chat. And Deb, I'm going to loop you into this. Brother Wags asking, what's the loudest sex Frankie or Bilo has ever had? I haven't really had loud sex, but when I lived in Paris, when I was doing study abroad, I lived beneath a sex worker, a female sex worker, and she was quite loud. That was part of the audio character of my apartment. Every night.
Wow.
Quite
Yeah.
loud.
That's,
How do you know she was not just a person who chooses to
Have sex with 3 different men every night? 6 nights a week. I mean, possible. I mean, it's always possible. But she would be like, "Oh wait, oh wait, 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 oh wait," and there was a restaurant on the ground floor. I was on the 2nd floor. She was on the 3rd floor. And the restaurant was pretty loud. It was like people outside smoking and stuff. But if there was like a lull, they could totally hear it. But it was like fucking France, so nobody cared. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, just somebody doing it upstairs," and nobody paid attention. I don't know the name of the restaurant.
Auntie asked a good question. What was the restaurant?
I never ate there. I was too intimidated to eat there. Because I lived upstairs. I could look it up.
Where did you were living in Paris?
Yes, I lived
right?
in the 15th arrondissement. Right.
Ooh, what's in the fight in 15?
It's right by the Eiffel Tower. So it's like I could walk. It was like maybe 5 or 6 blocks from the Eiffel Tower. What else is there is a guy who I thought was just trying to be friendly and wanted me to come hang out and listen to music in his studio, but it turned out that he was a gay gentleman who was trying to make a move on me. He lived there. And then a lot of sandwich places. I ate a lot of sandwiches and got really fat. I gained like 30 pounds. I got so fat. I was like 280 when I got out of there. I was a big boy.
That's amazing. It feels like you go to France and you're supposed to get fat on like fancy food, but just getting fat on sandwiches.
Well, listen, I didn't have any money.
You could do that in America.
Yeah, no, these were really good. They're sandwich grec, which is like it's like a euro, but it's not. And they're mostly like I don't know, North African immigrants that were opening and it was just grease. It was just grease and more grease in a fucking pita pocket. It was so good. Oh, now I'm hungry. Oh, man. Deb, what's the loudest sex you've ever had?
Yeah.
But, if I answer that question, Jonica's going to make me sleep in the garage with Miguel.
So you're saying that the loudest sex that you've had is with your wife. That's beautiful.
Well, I didn't say that either. Thank God she doesn't listen to this podcast. Gosh, I'll say this: the loudest sex that I've ever heard is from my neighbors across the way.
Mm. One time, my roommate Dave, accused me of taping. So Dave, I lived in a 1-bedroom. My friend Dave moved to LA, and he lived with me for about a year. His first year in LA, and he accused me of taping him having sex with his girlfriend.
Wait, can we call Dave and get his side of the story on this?
I think he's probably asleep, but we can definitely try calling him.
Text me his number.
I'll text him and see if
All
he's
right,
awake.
text him first.
Yeah, maybe I'll text him and see if he's awake, and if he is, not awake, it's probably worth getting him on the show. The answer is I did not tape him.
What made him think
or-
that you were
but
taping him though? Like that's just like did he just have did he just have issues or like what? Like was there a hole in his wall? Like what made him think that you were taping him?
No. It's because it was because apparently I like thought he was asleep, was watching porn, and he said that it sounded like his girlfriend.
What? Wait, what? No, I don't understand what you just said.
He heard the sound of
Coming
porn
from your room.
from my computer.
Oh, okay.
Coming from my room, and he thought that he thought that
he's
that
like,
was
I
some-
recognize
taped-
that noise.
somehow that I had taped him and his girlfriend having sex. But no, it was just a girl who apparently sounded like his girlfriend.
That's weird.
And he was like really freaked out. He like he had like had a big confrontation prepared because I mean certainly I would
would too. When you said he had a big cock, I really thought we were gonna go somewhere else. But it was a confrontation.
big confrontation prepared.
Hunty's saying
he was
this show
really
has gone
ready
from
to-
Slim Jim to Slam Jam. I agree.
That's
By the way, just
fantastic.
reminding everybody, Lon
Yeah.
Adams, the first inductee
Lon
into
Adams.
our Hole of Glory.
Yeah. What do we think the loudest sex Lon Adams ever had? was?
Probably in the Army, I want to say. Probably in the Army.
Yep. He spent time recovering from being shot in the face in Germany, so maybe there.
What a fucking badass. He got shot in the face. Dem, any last thoughts?
It just popped into my mind. The loudest sex that I ever had, if you want to know
Yes.
the truth, was on a road trip. I was traveling across the country, and I was making my way across. I was going towards the West Coast, and I got really drunk. Slept with someone by a train track, and that was the loudest sex I ever had.
All right. What made it loud? It was just loud. Like why was it loud? It was good.
I mean, well,
Because a train passed
I think
by.
that part of it was the sound, the sound of the train. Was mixed in. so there's
Yeah.
that, and and then I was so drunk that night, but there was like a whole crowd of like people cheering from across the field. I didn't realize that we had an audience, if you will. So,
Yeah.
it used to be a real wild card.
Wow.
It's true. Thank God
Yeah.
Donica doesn't listen to This Is Dark Matters, because I'd be in real trouble for this.
Yeah.
This story.
Yeah,
but
I'd love to hear about Hurricane Deb back in those
for
days.
Sure.
Keep your wives and your sisters
Oh,
away.
boy.
That's
Here
right.
comes Hurricane
All
Deb.
right. Well, thank.
Hurricane Deb gets everybody
they
wet.
All right. Well, Hurricane Deb, I've upgraded you to a Category 4, and we'll talk to you next week. Well, very elegant. It was a great, elegant way to get off that
That's a great segue. That's a
little
beautiful
segue here.
It's 10:54. Should we get into some of
We gotta look at
John Williamson's material?
Lon Adams, of course, joining the Hole of Glory, our first inductee into the Hole of Glory.
Congratulations, Lon Adams.
Gotta add my window here. Which window? Firefox. Here we go. So here it is. Here's our message from John Williamson. Probably shouldn't show our whole Gmail screen, but what are you gonna do?
Good old radioguestlist.com.
RadioGuestlist.com. We really should take advantage of that.
The thing is, the people on radioguestlist.com are they're wackos, they're attention seekers, and we don't want that
Yeah.
on Dark
So
Matters.
John Williamson this guy has been emailing us little puzzles. Like here's one he sent Jay Candy, Jay Sapaloo. This was a couple weeks ago. He sent us an email on Thursday. I messed up. I shouldn't have sent photo. Now they know.
Is that it looks like a haiku, but
It's not a haiku. I messed up. Shouldn't have sent photo. No, it's not a haiku. What are the criteria for the whole of glory? Brother Wags is asking. It's it's our way of honoring those who haven't been honored. We put them on the inside ring of the whole. But Lon is just our first inductee. It's going to be very exciting.
Many more people will be in at the whole of glory.
I feel like Michael's mom could be in the whole of glory. Okay, so here he said, I messed up. And here's another one, a sincere apology. And this kind of disturbed me reading this email. Bilo, you want to read this?
Yeah, hello. It seems I've written into your online show over the past few weeks with a series of nonsensical phrases and numbers. For this, I apologize. To explain, I've been taking a new mix of prescribed medications, and the resulting cocktail must have messed with my cognition and caused me to send messages that were incoherent and or inaccurate. You may dismiss any email I sent and forget I sent them to you. In fact, feel free to delete all those emails permanently. Thank you, and again, I do apologize. Sincerely, John Williamson. Google has some suggestions for how to respond to this email.
Yeah.
Including, no problem, I understand. No worries, and I understand.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed. John Williamson seems like he's making an exit. Hunty thinks there's code words in here. But I don't see it.
It doesn't. It's hard. It's definitely there's no easily a sincere apology.
Yeah.
It seems like overly complicated. There might be something here.
Yeah, I don't know. My wife is texting me telling me that she doesn't like this part of the show. I think she thinks that I write these emails or something. These are emails that we just get from somebody we don't even know. But I feel a little sad from this email.
Because we
we've lost.
This might be.
It's like we've lost a friend.
It might be over. We put something into these relationships.
Yeah.
And it's great when they're reciprocated. But we know that people who email this show come and go. So.
Yeah, that's. So if you want to tell John Williamson to change his mind, here's his email: johnwilliamson202@gmail.com.
Yeah, 202 again is the Washington D.C. area code.
So there you go. Might that be the end of John Williamson? We haven't heard from the Tooth Man in like a month too.
Yeah,
miss the Tooth Man.
Missing our friends, missing our mysterious friends, and pictures of horribly rotten teeth.
Yeah, we should just get John to call in. We should just,
Yeah. That's the problem. And like lingerie guy. I wonder if
lingerie guy told us
lingerie guy will ever be inducted into the Hole of Glory.
Oh my God! Of course he belongs on the Hole of Glory. Or he belongs in the inner ring of the Hole of Glory for sure.
He does belong in the inner ring of the Hole of Glory. No question about that.
Should we write something back to John Williamson?
I think we should, but maybe that's an after the matters thing to throw to the crowd. I mean, how do we get him back? How do we get John Williamson
back? I don't know. Oh my God! Well, it's 10:59.
Well, I guess we can say we can wave a satisfying goodbye to all of our friends who joined us, who are just here for the Dark Matters. And flip over to after.
Yeah, although I just want to. Oh wait, that's a different. Oh darn it! I'm trying to can't figure out where I put this one. Just want to say goodbye once again to Lon Adams, the first inductee into our Hall of Glory. I just love this. I just love that graphic that I made. I just want to show my graphic. All right, here it is. This is After the Matters. It's officially After the Matters.
This is After the Matters.
And joining us, as always, Hunty on the line.
I was hoping you'd bring me in for John Williamson. I'm worried about John Williamson. I think we should respond to him.
Yeah, what do you think we should say?
I feel like, I mean, this feels like in any other circumstance, I'd say, if wink twice if something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's what this email feels like to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brother Wag saying we should tell him no hard feelings. We love John Williamson.
Yeah. Oh, I love John Williamson. I love the Tooth Man.
Yeah.
I just try to love people in general.
That's a good way to be. All right, what should we say here? John, should we thank him? Should we thank you?
Thanking people is always nice.
Thank you
always
for your emails. I'm just gonna do what Google says. Should I just write what Google suggests that I write?
There we go.
Google.
Anytime there's Google gives you a tab completion, I think we should do it.
Okay. So that
Wait,
I write.
Before we send this email, can I ask for one request? Frank?
Yes, please.
Can you search the text of his email in Google, but like without quotation marks on the outside, just to see if nothing filters
Okay,
through?
let's do that.
Just I want to make sure if anything's going to filter through,
Yeah.
we can be there.
Writing an effective apology letter to customers. When should a leader apologize? How to apologize in English.
That's a good thing to know.
Okay. So now I know that they limit queries to 32 words. That's on me.
Is that true?
Oh, that's what it said up top, yeah.
Oh, I see it.
But yeah, I'm curious, like, if any of them like really kind of line up to what it was saying. It doesn't look like it does, but I know we've used clues like that in the past.
Yeah. I mean, there's no image attached. There's no numbers. Okay, John, thank you for your email.
Yeah.
J Pill saying maybe he's a recently canned Trump appointee. How crazy would that be? If like the head of the CIA was watching Dark Matters. I mean, I would if I were them.
Oh man.
But that's why I'm not the head of the CIA, I guess.
It's like that one guy who wrote that article for the New Yorker 3 years ago and now wants to be proud for it.
Who is that? Who is that in real life?
He was like the anonymous guy who said everything was fucked 3 years ago, and then this year he came out and said, it was me, and hoped that everyone would like him, and no one liked him.
Yes.
All right, I'm stuck. I've got writer's block. John, thank you for your email.
I'm not too proud to beg John Williamson to please stay with us. That we loved hearing from him, and we want to hear from him more in the future.
Then should we write something in that really easy to decode number code? Here's what I'm going to write.
Yeah.
Hold on. What if you wrote, "Please stay with us and help keep matters dark, LOL."
Why LOL? Sure, I'll do it. Look.
Maybe that's. Now I feel bad. Oh, John, if you're listening, I love you, John.
Do you use LOL in your let's say personal communication, like personal but formal communication?
I do.
Like if you're writing,
not as much as I did.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I feel like 20 years ago, maybe I wouldn't, even though I was 13 then. But nowadays, I feel like that's just another form of punctuation. Informal punctuation, at least.
Sure. What about emojis? Are you an emoji user, Hunter?
I don't use emojis pretty much past anything that I can write in 2 buttons.
But I mean more
face.
like not smiley face or frowny face, but like the sick face and like the ones that actually are pictures.
If it's gonna take so much effort, like I try the fucking animations, every once in a while, and half the time the movie I want to reference isn't even there, and it should be. Like fucking random like classic movies, and it's like iconographic images, and they're not there, so it's like it's overwhelming. It's stupid.
You want Jimmy Stewart having vertigo from Vertigo?
Jimmy Stewart doesn't have
was...
vertigo in Vertigo. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
That's a different movie.
Doesn't the floor come up at him when he's climbing the tower? Spoiler alert.
It's more like when he's like looking down things than like where he's
Vertigo
at.
is the room, because Vertigo, which I know because of my weird ear disease, Vertigo is when the room spins around you in a circle.
So what did he have?
Just
like
panic
fear of
attacks.
heights?
Oh, he had the bird.
Yeah.
He had the
a
bird.
case of the 39 steps. All right, I wrote Bilo smells in number
he had
code.
Rebecca.
I'm gonna send this to John Williamson. We'll see if we hear back.
What's the code? Say?
Bilo smells. It's what I have printed on the inside of my glasses.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Can you see that? Probably not.
No.
On the inside. Can you?
Didn't have to hold it up. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There's some letters.
I can't see because I don't have my glasses.
I
don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell if it's in focus or not.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Boom.
By the way, I do want to jump in and take credit that the viewer count is so high. I think it's because I'm using headphones that have a microphone in them instead of just throwing my phone around as I talk.
I think that's why. I think, look, we all make tiny little improvements. Oh my god. I just passed some wind. It's not pleasant in here. I'm kind of a little high because it smells like, when you like a fresh carpet, it smells kind of plasticky.
Sure.
So I think there's some fumes going on. I'm really disappointed that kid. I thought I had really found like a gem of some random kid reviewing a Slim Jim. I didn't realize this fucker catapulted from that to 2.5 million subscribers.
He's got an army of people printing merch for him.
This is after the matters.
I have a Slim Jim story.
Okay, can you tell it after?
Great.
I just want to point something out. I worked on the show Kidding on Showtime. Each season of the show Kidding costs $50 million to make. So $5 million an episode. Right? And
wasn't like 1 million of that just Jim Carrey's
Oh, more
salary?
than that. Probably like, I don't know. I don't honestly know, but 20 to 30%. It's probably just Jim Carrey's salary. My point being, they spent $50 million on that TV show that they spent $100 million on 2 seasons of a TV show that got canceled. And I think like a couple 100,000 people watched it. Meanwhile, this fucking Christopher Walken child reviews food and has 2.5 million people watching it, and he's just in his grandma's dining room. That's the world that we live in. Anyway, yeah. Hunter, I want to hear your Slim Jim story.
My Slim Jim story is I watched the show.
That's a great
story. That's the best one we've had so far. I think Hunter just wants a box of Slim Jims. Hunter's just hungry.
Hunter, you give us an address, and I will. You don't want it. All right. Well, then maybe I will donate. I will donate that box of Slim Jims to a worthy cause.
What is a worthy cause for a box of Slim Jims? A bunch of high kids, underprivileged high people.
That feels worthy to me.
Oh, yeah. So I have a James Joyce story.
Is it that you watched the show?
No, James Joyce, the Dubliners.
Yes.
Yes. I may have told you this story before, Bilo, because you're my smart friend. But like back when I was an English major in college, I was just taking lit class on top of lit class on top of lit class, and my only hobby back then was was trying to write like the worst essays the best I could, and so like my favorite, and I think I've told you this one, was when I got to write about Airplane versus Ernest Hemingway.
I do not remember this.
It was The Hills Like White Elephants versus the opening scene of Airplane where they're talking about abortion.
I hope this was
so pleased that they let.
I hope you had a scholarship to this college. I hope nobody paid for this.
Oh, I went to Hofstra, which is where they put people who just missed NYU. And so I was on scholarship at Hofstra. It was awful. It was very weird. But so I spent that whole year trying to write like the dumbest essays I could, like about like, oh, can I write an essay about this song by The Who because I'm bored? And it was all those things. And I had one teacher who refused to let me do a compare and contrast between Portnoy's Complaint, the scene where he talks about discovering that every woman has a vagina, and the final paragraph of The Dead by James Joyce, because to me, as a 20-year-old, those were the two best paragraphs in the English language.
Wow. I hope 30-year-old you is embarrassed for 20-year-old you.
James Joyce had a fart fetish.
Very much so.
Wait,
James Joyce had a fart fetish. That was like he.
Oh yeah. His letter to
his wife,
his mistress, or something.
Bilo,
like
will
that.
you read James Joyce's fart letter in an Irish accent? Hold on, I'm gonna bring.
Probably not in a good
Irish
accent.
It up.
But
this is what we do on After the Matters. Where is it? It's quoted too often. I just want the actual text where he talks about wanting to smell her farts.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
I just want the text. I don't want the.
Let's see.
This is.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm on this Paris Review article. Oh man. Okay. Here we go. I've got it. I'll paste this into the Twitch chat for people who want to read along. For people who want to follow along.
Dirty little
fuck bird. this is long.
Ooh, boy. It's pretty steamy stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked off Twitch for reading these. What if this was the final?
I mean, it's just...
Oh, here we go. Just search for farts. It's 8th of December, 1909.
No, I did. There's like a one that is just like there's one letter that's completely full of farts. It's dated 8 December 1909.
Yeah. Wait, can we read that? I don't know if we can actually. I don't think we can read this. I think actually we shouldn't read it.
I kind of agree that we can't.
We would do it on our
being...
channel, but I don't think we can do it on the PAC channel. This is kind of like censorship in a way. This is literature we're trying to read here.
I'm just gonna read one line that is the first reference to farts.
Yeah.
I think
this is a great sentence.
Enough.
No wonder this guy was a good writer.
At every fuck, I gave you your shameless tongue come bursting out through your lips, and if I gave you a bigger, stronger fuck than usual, fat, dirty farts came sputtering out of your backside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You had an arse full of farts that night,
what?
darling, and I effed them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties, ending in a long gush from your hole.
Now I understand that right there was that was the loudest time I ever had sex.
All right, I'll do one more line just because the next one's great too. It is wonderful to fuck a farting woman when every fuck drives one out of her. I think I would know Nora's farts anywhere.
Yeah, I think I would know my farts anywhere.
Okay, so this is why the teacher didn't want me to do that essay, because he knew about those love letters and I didn't. So he thought I was doing a bit and not actually trying to do a real compare and contrast essay. This is fuck.
Remember when we did a tribute to the guy who perfected the Slim Jim?
Yeah.
Bilo, when you texted me that article yesterday, number one, I said, is this what you really want to do the show about? To which you replied, yes. But I assumed that it was the guy that invented Slim Jim. But no. It was the guy who perfected Slim Jim, which is, in a way,
he perfected
it's more impressive.
There are plenty of people who who came into something and made it great, and those people, just because they weren't like the first person to create the Slim Jim,
it's like Ray Kroc with
would have turned the
McDonald's.
Slim Jim into what it is today.
Wait, I haven't seen.
It's a Ray Kroc situation.
I haven't seen the Rudy Giuliani fart clip. I need to see this.
The Giuliani fart clip is worth watching.
Should we put it on?
Yeah. If only. Has everybody seen the?
Do we have a short clip? This is a
9-minute
clip.
There should be like a 1 minute clip.
1 minute 16.
Or even like a 10
okay, I found it. All right, hold on. Boom. Oh, I gotta change to after the matters.
No, it was always up there.
Well, I switched screens. All right, here we go. Oh wait, okay. Here's what I got to do though. I got to
Gotta share the audio.
I gotta share the audio. Which is a whole fucking.
Ooh, is this gonna be like where only I hear it again?
Yeah, it's like a whole fucking process. Boom.
I can't wait to tell everyone what the fart sounds like.
Okay.
That woman, the star voter in the Michigan case, which seems like it's soon to be thrown out, is this woman who reminds everybody of one of Cecily Strong's characters from SNL, but also sent harassing sex videos of herself to her husband's ex-wife or her boyfriend's ex-wife, and like violated a restraining order in order to do that. So that woman is a peach.
I had to do it. Why did I do that? All right. Well, that was. Let's see. Here's Rudy Giuliani. This is the clip. Oh wait, I don't see the audio coming through.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. Oh well, actually, I'm not. I need to turn on this.
Oh, it's on the wrong. Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Here's the audio. Oh, what the fuck? It's not doing it again. Doesn't like me. It doesn't want to let me select this source. Try again.
How did we play the?
They don't want to know the truth.
There it is.
Commercials.
All right, here it is. Somehow I got it working. All right, here we go. Sorry about that.
Now it's going.
Now it's working.
That I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth.
See the woman look over.
I will ask that he be disciplined for that. First of all,
hold on.
First of all,
odor in the court. Rudy Giuliani is full of hot air.
Did you see the woman look over at him when he farted the first time? Wait, I'm gonna play it again.
What I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth.
You see her look over at him right when the fart comes out? I'm gonna play it again. Watch the lady in the blue.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth.
Oh, busted.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, you can't control those micro expressions. You can't
micro expressions of his butthole.
Why is Rudy Giuliani still famous?
I mean, cause he leaks and he does press conferences at landscaping. I don't know. He's pretty amazing.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met him?
No, please.
So it was Joe DiMaggio Day at Yankee Stadium because Joe DiMaggio was dead, and so we had to go to the baseball game, and we had this program for Joe DiMaggio Day, and we had some decent seats, and we were able to sneak up front, and we got to meet Derek Jeter, who was very cold and just signed and walked away. We got to meet John Sterling, the voice of the Yankees, who was so nice and took pictures and spent like 15 minutes with us, and now I hate him because he's terrible. And then we got to meet Rudy Giuliani, and he signed that program too, and now that fucking program's fucking worthless.
Wow. It's quite a murderer's row. You've got Giuliani, Jeter, and the voice of the Yankees. They're Vince Scully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we took a photo with him where he let me wear his World Series ring, which was really cool.
Do you remember the?
But yeah, Giuliani.
Do you remember the Rudy Giuliani episode of SNL that was like really good?
No. Was it like around 9/11 or?
No, it was before that. It's way before that. It was actually.
What wasn't he like a walk-on on a Trump episode, or was it vice versa?
I don't know about recent stuff. No, this is like the mid '90s. I feel like he hosted SNL, and like there's a famous sketch where he was like a grandma, and then there's a great sketch where he's spray painting. People are spray painting things, and then he says he's gonna spray paint like if you do graffiti, he's gonna write "sucks" under your tag. my favorite SNL of all.
That big.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani, and then Sarah McLachlan was the
musical
guest. November 22nd, 1997, says NBC.com.
She played Arms of an Angel.
mean, let's just say she did. The best SNL is the one hosted by Steve Forbes with musical guest Rage Against the Machine. A good episode, but also like the best combination of like host and musical guests. And Rage Against the Machine got kicked off the show because they had upside down American flags or something incredibly tame that nobody would care about now.
Tearing the Pope.
But
what do you think? What do you think it would take to get kicked off of Mad TV? Like if Sinead O'Connor tore a picture of the Pope.
Yeah.
What would be the thing to get you off Mad TV?
Well, clearly not being too broad as a performer.
Yeah, it's very, very ashamed of myself for enjoying like Stewart and Miss Swan, from back in those days.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to.
Oh, you know what?
I used to.
You know what?
Watch.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I just saw a movie a couple weeks ago that holds up well and isn't offensive at all, really, and that was 1987 Summer School. Like, it's like I was so surprised at how well that holds up and isn't really gross for an 80s movie.
I'm not aware of it. I'm more of the concept of Summer
Paul Reiner
School.
directed.
Oh. Mark Harmon in Summer School. This poster is just him with a dog.
It's so good. I saw it for the first time, and that just reminded me of that with the whole aging. And anyway, sorry. Go
I just want to put up this. I want to put up this poster, just because I've literally never heard of this movie. Look at this poster of this movie.
Let's see.
It might as well just be called generic 80s movie.
Yeah.
And it has that poster has nothing to do with
Is there a dog in the movie?
That dog's in like he's in like 3
Oh,
shots.
that's pretty awesome then. That they're just like, how do we sell this fucking movie? Put a dog on the poster.
No, it's just he's a summer school teacher and he has to wrestle the kids up so they can pass the test.
Oh, it's one of those. Did you ever have a?
But it's like surprisingly good spirited.
Did you ever have a good? Like, I never had like an inspiring teacher. I only had teachers who yelled at me for talking too much.
You didn't have like an English teacher who, like a high school, junior year, senior year English teacher who, taught you what Shakespeare really meant?
No, I had a high school English teacher who was a poet, a self-published poet, and he would just verbally spar with me and talk to me about how I was wasting my life. That was it.
About what? Doing what?
By not, because I went to like the best high school in the city, and like every one of my peers went to like, not everyone, but many of my peers went to like on to Ivy League schools. And I like didn't do any of the reading and just showed up to class, didn't give a shit.
And that was you wasting your life.
That was me wasting my life. And then he refused to write a recommendation letter for me for college.
See, I think that's so delightful to me, Frankie, because I'm thinking like, yeah. In high school, I didn't hit my potential, but I was a little smart. You didn't hit your potential, but you were a little smart. And now we're both here doing nothing at 11:30 on a Saturday
I mean, it's
night.
beautiful. Wait, should we read one of my teacher's poems?
Who's doing stuff tonight?
Somebody's fucking a fart out of somebody else right now. There's a lot of exciting things going on. Is there a sample poem? I'm trying to find a sample poem. All right, here's a poem. Bilo, will you read this poem by my former English teacher? All right. All right, I'm gonna bring it up. Here it is. Hold on. Whoop. A Room in the House of Time by Kip Ziegers. So that was the other thing. He went by Kip. His name was like Christopher, but he made everyone call him Kip. Here's his latest book.
Oh, I had a teacher. Who was a wrestler, so I forget what his real name was, but he went by Mason Rage.
Nathan Rage?
Mason Rage.
Mason
Type it
Rage?
in.
That's amazing.
He was a teacher at my high
That's like
school.
a porn. Mason Rage. That's I'm stealing that name 100%.
It's a hell of a porn
All right,
name.
you read this poem, Bilo. This is by my English teacher.
What must be there?
What must be true?
What must be true? Sorry. It was teacher's pride telling a mother of her daughter's brilliant essay. The uncle who swam away from China. But my brother drowned, the mother said with a shake of the head. He did not make it. There was a minute left on parent-teacher night. She does not want to remember a story must be true. Truth isn't things I remember. I have not stopped remembering. In mid-March, this might mean inch-high points of leaf, like bright green fingernails in the mud, will claw up from under to be daffodils. I have a daughter. Right now, she'd be on a train, Brooklyn to the city. I cannot imagine her thoughts when they're with other women and the lost, the staring, the angry, the late to school. Her work street is cement barriers, cold-eyed police deployed by recent events, and now she might be walking that street once the wall of a Dutch city. Theirs would also not have been gentle times.
All right. It's a poem by my English teacher, Kip Ziegers. What do you think? What do you think, Bilo? What's your rating? How many rages do you give it on a scale from 1 rage to Mason Rage?
I'll give that a Liam rage out of Mason.
Fair. Liam. You know Liam is the #1 most popular name for boys in 2020.
I feel like Mason is up there as well.
It's
I know
fucking Liam. Anything vaguely Irish.
One of my wife's coworkers named her kid Mason.
Let's look up the popular boys' names.
I feel like Hunter has fallen off of popularity.
No, I think Hunter is
it's
up
like
there.
Pete.
I think.
I think it's like it peaked like 7 years ago, and like it was like at 0 20 years ago.
Are there
7 years ago? It was like in the top 20.
Are there female hunters? Is it? Because to me it feels like a name that could be unisex, but I don't know any. I don't know any women named Hunter.
There are. There's not a lot. I don't think. I think it became more of a male name in the last 20 or so years. Because again, as I've said, I've driven up and down the East Coast with my family to fucking Disneyland at my grandmother's enough times to feel like shit that I couldn't get a keychain with my name on it at a rest stop or a gift shop. But no, I don't know. I always just think back to how the name Madison didn't exist until 1984.
All right, here we go.
Get ready for baby.
Top 10 baby names of 2019. Liam, Noah,
Elijah,
Oliver. Oh yeah, Mason is number 9 right there. Liam is the new Michael. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And Noah is like David now. It's weird.
Yeah, Oliver and Olivia, 1 and 3. There's going to be a lot of Ali on Ali couples.
Let's see in California. The most popular names.
I hope they're crazy.
Noah,
I hope it's
Liam, Mateo, Sebastian.
That's Mateo being that popular is crazy because the people that we bought our house from have a kid named Mateo. And I was like, that's a very strange name for a child. But apparently I am wrong.
No, because it's like this weird group thing, because they don't you don't realize, like, you're like, oh, Mateo, that's a weird name. Nobody has that name. You don't realize that 2,209 other people in California had the same thought.
Wow, Luna. Luna at number 7. That was the name of the tiny white dog who liked to bark at my dog that lived downstairs from us in our old apartment was named. So
I used to be called Mateo in Spanish class in the 7th grade. It was a true story.
Because they couldn't think of something for Hunter.
In the 7th.
Hunter at number 88.
Because 80 what?
88 in California.
88. I feel like, you know, about 5 to 7 years ago it was higher than that, and then before that it was astronomically low.
Jackson with an X.
Jackson with an X
Very
drives me
frustrating.
crazy. Michael still 22 on Michael.
Still, yeah. Matthew, you know, turned to the Bible, open. Open to the first page.
Not a lot of Cain's, Abel. There's a lot of, but you know.
Yeah. John. Look at John at 74. I guess there are a lot of John options.
Yeah. Maverick.
Where's Mason Rage?
Mason is number 9.
Oh God.
No, it was.
Where's Rage?
Oh, Mason's 23 on this one. It was 9 on a different one I saw.
And Grayson is in Grayson Allen. Right behind him.
This. That nuts. Jackson with an X.
Oh, Brother Wags. When I was working on production sets back in New York, I was working with a Colombian team. For my birthday, they made me a cake that said Cazador on it. But I think when I was in the 7th grade, they didn't want anything connected to hunting or like anything dangerous to my name. So they put my middle name, which is Mattingly. So that became Mateo. So that became my name, which made my entire 7th grade Spanish class really fucking confusing.
You know what? Now that we're talking about baby names, we're gonna have to. This is some real after the matter stuff. We're gonna name.
Yeah.
You know, 2.5 years ago now, we named my son's middle name on Dark Matters, except my wife vetoed it, and we picked the audience's second choice as his middle name. But Oscar is known as Garblin. So when I have another son coming at the end of February, we've got to pick his middle name live on the show.
True.
We've got to put up. We got to put up posters. Last time we put up posters all over the city, and like random people calling, and we got like 40 voicemails of people suggesting names. So we've got to do that again.
Yeah.
Where do we put it though? I guess in front of grocery stores.
I mean, that's the only places people are really
Yeah.
going. Or just places where people are out, like the Sturgis motorcycle. If there are more events that are going to attract people who don't care, like the Trump rally / Kelly Loeffler, David Perdue rally in.
John Williamson Gutman's his brother Wags. I actually don't mind that. I mean, named after. I mean, Toothman.
Just the Toothman Gutman.
Well, we've already picked the first name Reggie, so it'd be Reggie Toothman Gutman. That's not. It's pretty good.
Reggie Bannister Gutman.
Reggie Why Bannister? You just like it.
It's the star of, I think, the Phantasm series.
Oh, is his name Reggie Bannister?
Yeah, just I could have said Jackson. That would have been the easier hit, but
well, we do want a B name because then
easy.
the initials can be RBG after Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So that would be cool. Reggie Ben.
Oh, did I tell you what happened with my brother that ruined his life?
No, please do.
So my brother, so my name is Hunter Mattingly Altman, Catfish Hunter, Don Mattingly. I was named after 2 baseball
Hell yeah.
players. My mom was like, okay, fine, I'll let you do that. My brother, he was the next one after me. My dad was like, I want to do the same thing. My mom was like, absolutely not. My dad was like, let's compromise. What if instead of doing the names, it's just the initials? So it's going to be whatever names you want, but it'll be Babe Ruth Altman.
But how would the initials be? Oh, BR? Brah?
BR, Babe Ruth. And so he went through elementary school with the initials Brah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I think that put a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But so initials do matter.
I was 1 letter away from being FAG. And I don't know how I just narrowly avoided that.
And it's not even like that it's a bad thing. It's just that when you're 6 years old or 12 years old.
When you're 8 in 1991, it's that would be tough.
Yes.
I like Reggie Bannister. It's too bad because people are gonna think he's named after. I don't even think I've seen Phantasm.
It makes me think of Roger Bannister, the guy the Chariots of Fire guy.
Oh, the guy that's based off of. His name is Roger Bannister. It makes me think of Stairs. So I mean that's.
Why not go Balustrade instead, which is a little bit. It's like Bannister but a little bit fancier.
Yeah. I like Balthazar. I'm not. This is a carafe of water that has a little bit of. It used to be an iced tea from Starbucks, and I drank most of it, and then I filled it back up with water. That's what it is. It does look like I'm drinking a full bottle, like especially if you can't see the top. Looks like a full bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, or just a full bottle of your wife's urine.
What the fuck?
From when we did the pregnancy test.
Oh yeah, that was crazy how fast that worked. It was like instant.
Yes.
It's weird. Like a positive pregnancy test. It's like learning that you're gonna be tired in like almost a year. Like it's just like a future tiredness test. Brother Wax, did you miss when my wife took a pregnancy test live on the air on Dark Matters? I feel like you were there for that. Oh man.
Feels like a Brother Wags thing.
I feel like he was there. That was a weird place for your mind to jump, though, Bilo.
It's true. It's true.
Man. Film.
Yeah. This is so fucking weird. I'm trying to read about Mason Rage, and his Wikipedia page does not have his real name on it, even though it has links to 100
Wait,
things.
but what's Mason? So Mason Rage. Oh, so Mason Rage. Oh, I mistook you. I thought you said that it was your teacher, but he just made you, like, for no reason made you call him that. Is that true? And Mason Rage is just another guy? Or your teacher was Mason Rage?
No, Mason Rage is a professional. He's a professional wrestler who was an English and journalism teacher at my high school, who, after an expose, revealed him to be a professional wrestler, moonlighting during his teaching career. He quit his teaching career and became a full-time wrestler, and he was Mason Rage at night while he was teaching journalism class. turn the day.
Brother Wax suggesting Reggie Bilo Gutman. I honestly, I would. Stephanie will not let me do it. I would totally do it, but she won't let me.
It's a great choice. It's a great choice of middle name.
Because, like, who cares? It's your middle name. Who cares? Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, Bilo and I have a falling out, and then I have to be like, oh, yeah, that's, like, my friend that I'm not really friends with anymore. And he'll just be like, you're weird.
Reggie Fussy Gutman is a...
That's just a prediction. That's probably going to be true.
It won't be true.
Wow.
Come on.
Ohio Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Defeated Vinny Viagra. Mason Rage defeated Vinny Viagra in the Ohio Championship Wrestling Championship. Ice cream cone suggesting Reggie Linux laptop Gutman. This is why we have to do that. When should we do the Name My Baby show? Because the problem is, like, the holidays are coming up. We should do it in like January, maybe, like middle of January.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's enough.
Although nobody's fucking going. Here's the thing, because our show is on the 26th and then January 2nd, so that's gonna be weird.
Oh, can I throw a suggestion?
Please, let's start it. Oh yeah, let's get it moving.
Yeah.
Just because I know this guy, he'll almost definitely be free, and he'll usually have some good predictions for the new year. A Nosferatu, could come around the new year.
Yeah, that would be good.
And come in with some.
And Nosferatu and Nostradamus, as always.
Nosferatu, Nostradamus. It was a great tag team, a tag team for the ages.
I think I got him in the other room. If you want me to go check his availability.
Yeah.
No, he's in.
Oh, good.
He's in.
That's great.
Fantastic. It's always a little bit hard to interpret what he's trying to say.
Yes, of course. Famous silent film character Nosferatu on our show makes noise.
Ice cream cone has a good suggestion of Reggie Linux laptop Gutman. It's something that everybody will appreciate.
Oh, Reggie Matters is really good. That's almost like Mateo.
It's true.
Reggie Matters.
You can just call him Matt, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I hate Matt. For some reason, I don't like the name Matt.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Having middle name Mattingly never gets shortened to Matt in my life.
Yeah, because it's so unique. And also in New York, everybody knows who you're named after.
That's why I always cut it short to Hunter M. Altman, because like when I was like 22 trying to get work on sets, everyone would know I was like really inexperienced because I looked it. So I called myself Hunter Altman instead of, or Hunter M. Altman instead of my full name. It was distinctive.
Do you think people that work in carpet stores like have brain damage? Because I feel like a little high from being in this room with these carpet fumes.
I think probably the people, like, by the time it gets out to you, it's probably not enough to do brain damage. Even the people working in the store, like the people working in the store with the finished carpet, like, yeah, maybe it smells like it's got like a smell to it or whatever, but those people I think are more or less fine. It's the people who are making the carpet who are like losing brain cells by the
I have to fart again. Should I do it into the microphone?
Yeah, please do it.
High,
you can be the show's Nora.
Well, I'm gonna say this sound effect is public domain if you want to use it. There you go. What the fuck? I shouldn't have done that. I regret doing that. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't blame you if you turn this off.
You regret making your fart public domain.
No. It's a purely business decision. I don't regret my actions at all. It's just purely I felt after it came out that would have been a profitable one, and I should have kept it to myself. Oh.
All right.
I have a name pitch.
Please.
Reggie Jr. Gutman.
Reggie Jr.
Yeah, that way he'll be really confused as to how names work in general.
Yeah. I wanted, if we had a girl, I wanted to name her Frankie Jr. I thought that would have been cute. But didn't work out that way. I got the wrong sperm one. Not the wrong sperm, just a different sperm. If my sons ever download our archive.
Yeah.
Like, Daddy.
You weren't the wrong sperm.
Daddy, you said I was the wrong sperm. When? December 5th, 2020? Oh, I can tell from Ice Cream Cone's comments that was indeed a fart. Not a big fan. Reggie Bo Gutman, of course. Mother of Garblin likes Bo. I don't like Bo. Just seems like he should be at like a cotillion or a debutante ball. You know what I mean? Not into it.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly earlier, and that makes me think of westerns. That makes me think like Beau Bridges.
Yeah,
and
Beau
Jeff
Bridges too.
And like, yeah.
Oh man. Just farted. I should probably disinfect this microphone. I feel.
I had a teacher who didn't have middle names, but they had first initials, but not first names.
Oh yeah.
Like
what?
Him and all his siblings. So his name was J. Brett Bennington, and then his brother was like J. Jim.
Oh yeah.
Bennington, and there was like J. Mark Bennington. So I feel like you should at least consider that as part of the equation as
or
well.
J. Michael Straczynski, who we called a few weeks back.
Yes. Yeah. Frankie? Have you watched Mank?
No.
Yet?
You know what? Well, this. I was gonna watch it the other day, but I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait for my new speakers to come so I could watch it. So they came today, so I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. But I watched the first minute. I started watching the intro, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna wait a couple days to watch it. But I just could tell just from the title sequence, I could tell that this was like a movie that's just. It's like made for me and like 1,000 other nerds, and nobody else is going to care about this movie.
That sounds right.
Because like the title sequence, he clearly shot it with a real camera and like cut out the letters like the way they would do in the 40s. It's kind of cool. His dad wrote the screenplay.
And I think, Frankie, we've talked. Like we've talked about, like, you know, my taste in movies. I think I'm probably in that 1,000 people, but I'm also in the 1,000 people right outside of it who might just hate it too. But I'll be engaged with it. No matter what.
It might not be like it's gonna be well made, but we'll see if it's actually fun to watch.
I mean, I sometimes Fincher leaves me cold. I'm not a huge Zodiac guy.
Love Zodiac. Well, we all know I have well-established love of Zodiac.
It's true.
So I mean, Zodiac has called our show. That's that's how much I love.
I love our Zodiac caller far more than the film Zodiac.
I wonder, if he'll ever reveal himself. Offering Bilo protection.
Yes, he did. I'm glad to be protected by so many serial murderers.
I got none of that.
Many of them no longer alive.
That was one of my favorite Dark Matters shows, when that just organically happened, and that just show happened that way.
Yeah, we got Gacy. We got them all. We went in with no. We did not ask anybody to do that. That's what I love about Dark Matters. You get random emails from people. A guy from God knows where challenges you to checkers. You know what I mean? We're farting into microphones. We've got the. I just want to show off my graphic again, but I forget where it is. The whole of glory. I just like my whole of glory graphic. Reggie, I wish my dad were a successful YouTuber, Gutman. Probably. That is going to be the thing. If I continue on in my career in the film and television industry, my kids are probably just going to be like, whatever, you're not on Twitch. You are on Twitch, but nobody watches you on Twitch. But you're not on fucking YouTube. You're not on TikTok.
Yeah. Where's your TikTok?
Why don't you have 5 million followers for your blog where you eat chicken wings, you loser? Oh, you won an Emmy? Who cares? Did you see this? I'm watching another person play video games. They're way cooler than you, Dad, who has a skill that you honed over decades. I'm watching somebody play a game that I could just be playing instead.
It's true.
You loser. This is my child talking to me.
Wait, is this what Garplin's already saying?
No, what
here?
Garplin says to me now is stuff like he wants me to sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Old MacDonald had a farm! Old MacDonald had a farm! That's what he says to me now. Wheels on bus, go! And he also goes he invented a game called Number, which is just him screaming all the numbers at me. So he'll go play number. And then play number just means I say, where's the number 1? And so he has
and he goes,
pieces of paper.
What?
Yeah, he has pieces of paper that have numbers written. Like he makes us write numbers all over. So he has tons of papers all over the house that have like 1 to 20 written on them. And then he'll go play number. And then okay, we'll play number. And he goes, where's the number 1? And then I have to say, where's the number 1? Because if I don't exactly say where is the number 1, he'll just say, where is the number 1? Like if I say like, Oscar, can you show me 1? He'll say, where is the number 1? So you have to say, where is the number 1? And then he goes, there. And then he goes, where is the number 2? Where's the number 2? There. You can do that for hours. There is number 2.
Man. That's a lot of work. That's all. You know what? But that goes. It pays off later in life, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good. It's good to have that.
Oh, we've got a call. I didn't see.
Like,
I didn't have it open.
We've got a call.
We've had a caller on hold for 4 minutes, and I apologize. I didn't see. Dark Matters. I didn't see that you were on hold, caller. I didn't have the window open.
That's totally fine. It's sober Chest Devil here for you.
Oh, baby, Chest Devil. I love it.
So I had a name.
Sober Chest Devil, you said.
Oh, even better.
Yes, the Sober Chest Devil.
Yep.
So I had Reggie Pressure That Queen Gutman.
Yeah. I mean, why not Reggie Chest Devil Gutman?
I mean, I'm saving that for my own.
All right, fair.
That's fair.
The spawn of Satan, right? Or Chest Satan. Or Sober Chest Satan.
Correct.
Okay, I was just checking. Yeah.
I promise, though, this time I'm actually going to write, because last time I didn't write, because everybody voted for Garblin, including my dad.
Your dad loved Garblin.
My dad loved Garblin. He was standing up and screaming at the top of his lungs. But then when it came time to fill out the birth paperwork, I chickened out, and I wrote the second choice, which at least the audience did vote for it, but which was Elliot for the middle name. But this time I promise I will write I will write what people pick.
Well, in that case, we should get a do-over, and it has to be Reggie Garblin 2 Gutman.
Garblin 2 would be pretty.
Garblin 2 is maybe a bridge too far.
Yeah.
So Hunter, it sounded sounded sad that the Chest Devil wasn't drunk. Chest Devil can fix that for you if you'd like.
Just give him. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, Chess Devil sober. That makes one of us.
Oh.
Yeah, Chess Devil watched the restream and was ashamed of himself. He made some life decisions over the week, decided maybe not to call, but he had to.
Yeah. Well, I want to know about your life decisions, Chess Devil.
Chess Devil's now only drinking wine for the week.
Okay, that's good.
Chess Devil got a little more classy.
That's good. That's good. Red, white.
But it's from a box, not too classy.
All right.
Chess Devil's a sangria man.
Oh, yeah.
Box sangria.
Oh, box. So you're not taking the box wine and then squirting it into a jug with some, like, fruit. This is a box sangria.
Oh, yeah, box sangria. It's going into a giant red cup. Matter of fact, would you like me to pour you a glass?
Sure, I'll have a glass.
Let's see if you can hear it.
What if...
Is that real wine, or is that from the sound effects library that Frank Hart just went
I know,
into?
that's what I'm saying.
It's still coming, buddy. It's still coming. And we're good. And I might have spilled some.
Yeah, it's impossible to know whether you just had that sound effect at the ready and you didn't actually pour it. I wish I could go through my... Oh.
I mean, I can drink the glass and do it again for you if you want.
Oh, that's all right. Wait, I have my sound
pour
effects...
it back into the bag, and then...
Should we play the sound effects game where I open up my sound effects hard drive and then Bilo asks me for request sound effects?
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it. I don't think it'll let me... Oh, yeah, it will. Hold on. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. All right, I got it. All right, I've got the sound effects library. What sound effects should I search for?
Boxed wine.
Boxed wine or liquid. Oh, hold on. I gotta bring this bad boy in. Well, I'll search for wine. Let's see what we got here.
So, Hunter, while he's searching for wine, my 101 teacher, Ben Rogers.
Oh, that was a cliffhanger.
So we didn't take 101 together.
No, I don't believe we did. And then my 101 sketch was Eva Anderson.
Oh, I believe that was my 101 sketch.
I think that's where I think we knew each other from then. Maybe offline I'll get the courage to talk to you.
We have a mutual friend with Michael Bilo then.
Whoa. Huge.
Because that's where I met our mutual friend, Michael.
Who is our mutual friend?
The person who we met, who we connected and became Pew Pew Pew.
Eileen or...
Yeah.
Huh.
Am I on the right track?
Did that work?
Chess Devil.
To be honest with you, I'm not too sure. Like Chess Devil stated before, didn't make many friends, just took classes and spent a lot of money, and moved back to Knoxville.
Well, isn't that the whole point of taking improv classes and sketch?
When was this sketch class?
Okay, so LA would have been 07?
Because what's it?
I want to say 07.
Oh, the sketch class. She said she didn't teach until 2012.
Okay. Huh.
Because when I... What's up?
Go on, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. When I took Sketch 101 with her, she said it was her first class teaching. I could be wrong. But...
Honestly, Chester will have to go through his old email once more and call you next week.
Here's wine. I'm just scoring
I
this.
mean, I can go right back into the class email and figure out who was in that class.
One
Yes,
second,
I
Chest Devil got a text. Is Chest Devil echoing?
No, you sound good.
Okay.
What? Come on, I'm going through my sound effects here, Bilo. Let's see what I got here.
All right.
I've got dinosaur burping.
No way.
Yeah, it says dinosaur burps. I don't know why these are dinosaur burps, but oh, I hope these aren't going to get us flagged. Maybe we shouldn't play these. Oh, I hope these aren't going to get us flagged.
Oh my God.
Maybe we shouldn't play these because they might be copyrighted or something.
Ay, ay, ay.
They might be copyrighted or something.
It seems like. Well, who knows? Who knows anymore? Wow, who knows anymore?
I don't know. I'm gonna go and say it was 2007 or 2008.
Okay.
Go and say it was 2007 or 2008. Because I remember Kiss from Daddy was pretty big around that time.
Right.
Kiss from Daddy is that's a great name for a sketch team.
It's true.
Birthday Boys also good name.
That's a good name. That's a solid name. Not like a lot of these pack sketch teams that are called like Filth.
One word. I
Filth.
think that's an Eric Money thing.
Splat. Garb.
Tony the Wonder Llama.
No. They're all called. It's
My
all
team
like
was-
something
was-
that's vaguely perverted and one syllable.
My team was Sex Truck, which is
Sex Truck.
two syllables, but still perverted.
Do you want to hear the cum gun story? It's
Alright,
not a
of
very
course.
good story. So I did an improv show at the Neon Venus Theater. We
Holler.
got
I
is
missed
Chest
that
Devil
place.
still on the line? Oh man, you're gonna like this. I feel like Chest Devil will like this story.
I heard cum gun, and I'm already set
I
on.
love it. So the Neon Venus Theater was owned by this husband. Oh my God, can I find that video? I need to play that video. Hold on. I'm going to try to find this video and tell the story at the same time. So Neon Venus was a band, a husband and wife band that owned this theater on Melrose Avenue. Oh. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Apparently, they also had a theater in Vegas.
I just knew them as weird people.
Yes, I found it.
Yeah,
we
and they
have
had,
to
like,
watch
one
this video.
Facebook page.
So this is a video that they made. So this was a husband and wife team. Although the husband, Midnight Show is a great name. The husband. How do I play this? Oh, I gotta just bring in my. I'll play it on the window I already have open. Boom, boom, boom. Here it is. So they were a husband and wife team. Here's the husband here. And they own this theater on Melrose, but they didn't put in any effort into like trying to find talent or anything. So basically anybody on the planet could have a show there. So my improv team had a show there, and we also got paired with another improv team that did clap edits. They made their own improv theater, and they did clap edits, and they were all people who were in their like 40s and 50s, and we were all in our 20s. But we got paired with them.
Was it Monkey Butler?
No, Monkey Butler is part of a church, right?
I thought they just met at a
Mosaic.
church, but maybe not.
Yeah, Monkey Butler is part of Mosaic
No,
Church.
It's weird.
Yeah. No, they were just like a group of older people but they would like pack the house. This was like a very small theater. They would get like fucking 50, 60 people to pack this tiny theater. It would be like standing room only. And so we did like improv that like they wrote a bunch of sketches, and then we would do improv based on the sketches that they did, which is a really weird thing to do comedy based on somebody else's comedy that they just did. Like they just explained I mean, granted, most of their stuff was like poorly executed, so like it was not well thought. It was not well explored. But it's like a weird concept. Like somebody comes up with something and writes it and explores it, and then you're supposed to improvise off of something that's already been comedically explored. But anyway, we did this like hour-long show, and one of the sketches was a really bad James Bond sketch, where James Q had given James Bond a special weapon that shot semen. And the whole sketch was just James Bond shooting women with a semen gun.
Jesus Christ.
It was like very weirdly misogynistic and clearly written by like, a 50-year-old man who just wanted to imagine himself shooting spooge at women in like the worst way. It was definitely the low light of this.
How many shake and not stir jokes were made?
Oh my god! Like literally, I think he jacked off the gun and said "shaken, not stirred." But anyway, so we're just like watching this sketch and we're like hanging our heads and we're like, "Oh my god!" And we come out, we do like improv and we kind of dance around it, and at the end of the show, we do a mashup between the two teams, the sketch team and the improv team. We do an improv mashup, and so we're just like so tired and defeated, and we go out to get the suggestion and we're like, all right, what's something from the show that you really love that you wanted to see again? And the guy in the front row yells out, "Cum gun!" And we're like, oh, thank you so much. I heard cum gun. It's like, because we were too new at that point to have the confidence to be like, yeah, we're not doing cum gun. Say something else. So then we got like trapped doing more Reggie cum gun Gutman. Yeah, maybe we had to do another.
Why not? Push the limits.
Yeah, 15 minutes of cum gun improv. Anyway, so the people that own the Neon Venus Theater, they are divorced now. The husband to me never struck me as.
No way. How do you even know this?
Oh, because their divorce was very public, and the whole theater like got torn apart, and I don't know what their deal was. But anyway, this is a video that they made. We're not gonna watch all 7 minutes of it.
He looks like Hitler from Downfall.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, it's
so
you had to listen on the
all I wanna
stream,
do is
Hunter.
Talk over it.
Damn you, where is he?
He's
Like Hitler from Downfall.
At least temporarily. The tail end of this control. So don't push my buttons, Buster. It's simple. I will treat your captain's worthless life.
He looks like a mixture of Hitler and James Bond.
Yeah. Can you imagine that this marriage didn't work out?
Invited you to come down to the station tomorrow. What's the hurry?
They probably had
I'm
sex
just
in
gonna
those
pause it.
costumes after they taped
Oh,
this,
for sure, or
but
before.
with the cinematographer present.
Did I tell you about the time I bought a really expensive camera from a guy? I bought this really expensive video camera. This is like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And he gave me the SD card that came with it for free, and then I plugged it into my computer. And there were 2 shots that were already loaded on the SD card. The first shot, this is a panning shot of a bed, panning down from the head of the bed to the foot of the bed, panning down a pair of leather bondage pants, just the pants. Just panning down across the leather bondage pants. And then the second shot was the guy I bought the camera from with his shirt off, modeling the bondage pants on the bed with his arms spread out. And I present to you bondage pants. And those, but there was no sound. And those were the 2 clips. And the guy, I guess forgot that they were there. It was really weird. I wonder if I still have those videos somewhere.
I think that counts as marketing, though. I mean, you got it in front of one more set of eyes.
I wonder if he did it on purpose and
that was his point.
Yeah,
maybe that was his goal, was to get you to look at him in those pants.
Maybe it's on my Dropbox.
It's like The Ring.
I want to see if I have this.
Yeah, they just want to get it spread.
No, I have too much shit on my Dropbox. Hey, where's all my video stuff? Oh, old projects. Video backup.
Would it be possible to get you guys to do a little two-prov with the suggestion bondage pants?
Oh, no. I heard bondage pants.
I heard bondage pants.
We'll probably do two prov on Monday night when nobody else shows up for our show. I don't think this is the bondage pants video. I don't think I saved it. I'm looking at my old hard drive now to see if I have the bondage pants video. No.
That's too bad. Too bad.
I wish I had the bondage
You should just call next week's show Dark Matters, the bondage pants video, and then just watch as the entire theater screams at you.
Yeah.
You know, you probably could have a man. It's probably a lot easier to get away with a man in bondage pants than a woman with bondage pants
probably.
on the stream.
God, I've saved so much shit on my hard drive and I didn't save the bondage pants. Like, what was I thinking?
Okay, going back, there was a church improv group that did Cum Gun?
No, the church improv group was a
Okay.
different one called Monkey Butler. This one was just a group of older people who I believe just had taught themselves improv.
Yeah, the most uncomfortable I've ever been in an improv class was my first improv class. I did the intensive at IO West, and there was this guy who was like recently divorced from. He was a white guy, and he was recently divorced from his Asian wife, and he was significantly older than everybody in the class. Like he was in his 50s, and like most of the people were in their 20s. I was like 22 or 23 maybe, and he played some incredibly uncomfortable Asian women characters, and in addition to that, gave me a ride in his Tesla Roadster and also sweated profusely. Those are the things I remember about this guy, besides his name, which it now came back to me, and I kind of want to say, but don't.
Wait,
feel like
say.
I'd be wrong.
Say it.
It was,
I might have a name to say.
I mean, besides the Asian wife, it kind of sounds like me.
Guy's name I think was Mark Tenenbaum.
Oh.
Oh no, my guy's name was Johnny Prenuts.
Johnny Prenuts?
Prenup?
Three Nuts.
Johnny.
Three Nuts?
Yeah, he's like a big-time commercial actor. I took Improv 301 with him, and he's like, I guess, like a super method actor, but it came off as incredibly creepy in class. And then at the class show, he was like, hey, I'm going to leave Birds and go to the American Legion if anyone wants to come with me. And then after he left, one of his commercials played on the TV at Birds. And then Matt Whitlock later that night got me stoned and told me about the Miles Strauss workshop. And here we are.
Wait, what was his name?
Wow.
Johnny
9
Three
years later.
Nuts?
Johnny Three Nuts. He is a person. He is a like semi-famous commercial actor, and he made an entire improv class very uncomfortable.
Johnny Three Nuts. Oh my God, I found him.
2012.
Hold on, is it this guy?
No, he's still on my Facebook.
Oh, Three Nuts, not prenup. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard prenup too.
Is it this guy?
But
Look on the stream, Hunter.
yes, this.
Yep.
If you go down to his biography, people ask Johnny all the time why he is called Johnny Three Nuts. It's true that every man is born with a pro-Semitic and an anti-Semitic testicle.
No. Johnny, no. No, Johnny.
In Johnny's case, he would have you believe that he has two laboratory-tested pro-Semitic testicles shifting the balance.
What the
so that when he
fuck?
makes jokes about, ooh boy,
We found his email. Should we email him?
yeah, we should get him
You
on the show.
definitely should.
No,
Ask
he
him how
still
he
knows
is the
who
love
I am.
child of Ask him how he's the love child of Zach Galifianakis and William H. Macy.
Yeah, and pedophilia.
No, he still occasionally posts like really shitty right-wing stuff on my wall or like in my comments. But it's also like, yeah, I'm
no!
terrified.
Do we want to watch his
guy,
Brokeback Mountain parody on his YouTube page?
No, I don't think we want to watch anybody's Brokeback Mountain parody.
We're gonna watch it. I'm gonna put it on. It's not what you think. I don't think. I think he just fucks a shirt.
How much do you think he paid for that shirt? Because I saw one at the Big and Tell store that was like $400 just like that.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet the jacket and the shirt are like the only two things he owns. I took the music off just in case it's copyrighted. I don't know what that's from.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But yes, now talking about who was like the one that stood out the most and like, oh, this is
Johnny.
This is something in an improv class.
I gotta tell you, Johnny Three Nuts. I was picturing an older Italian gentleman. I was not picturing that guy.
Me too.
Yeah. No, like if you look up his eye spot, he's in 1,000 commercials. Like because he has that like basically Ryan Hitchcock plus 20 years take away anything about Ryan Hitchcock that looks good.
Yeah. Oh, he does kind of look like Ryan Hitchcock.
Yeah, it's like Nega, Ryan Hitchcock, the evil version.
I want to be the evil version of something. God, it's 12:22 already.
Yeah, it's late. The matters started dark and now they're midnight matters.
You know what though? You know what I noticed?
Tell me.
You haven't been. None of us have been very tired. We've all been very engaged tonight.
Yeah.
We're still going. It's because we're still going.
Yeah, Bilo only yawned once.
I am ready to wrap up. I am ready to wrap up. No. Much as I love hanging out with Chess Devil and Hunter, and of course Frank.
It's okay. We have RoboBilo on the backup.
Yeah. I just gotta fire up my
Robo
Avid Media Composer.
My
should I turn on
fiance is sleeping in the next room.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna take a little. I know. I wanna bring up RoboBilo. I can just put the RoboBilo logo over the real Bilo and confuse everybody.
That would be confusing.
There it is.
Can you add the Ring of Fire to RoboBilo?
Probably. Oh.
Boy, how did you get RoboBilo to say he's real? That's impressive editing.
It's not
Yeah.
Chess Devil. That's not right.
Yeah. This is going to be the new RoboBilo. I'm just going to use all the clips from this show. And then I can get you to say I'm real. That's what I should do. I should try to trick you into saying, oh, you got COVID again. I should try to trick you into saying a bunch of stuff that would be really funny for a robot to say, just like slowly over time, so I can groom my new RoboBilo.
You're just like Chekhov RoboCoping him.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You're Chekhov's roboting him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, except I'm gonna
Pavlov.
fire.
Pavlov.
Pavlov, not Chekhov. Yeah,
Okay.
Chekhov's robot. That would be a robot that I would introduce in the first act. How is this window showing up? I don't even have it open anymore.
I don't know.
On here. Oh man.
90-second Brokeback Mountain parody. Really,
a lot of depth there.
Yeah.
Now you think that was a parody of the movie or of the short story by Annie Proulx?
Very, very likely
Yeah.
that. Go ahead, Andre.
I mean, do you see his mustache?
Yeah. Definitely the book, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that name, Annie Proulx?
Well, it's Annie. It's like Prue. I don't know. Nobody can say it right,
Wait,
but also.
I thought you pronounced it Larry McMurtry.
Yeah.
But dupes.
Mr. Three Nuts sounds and looks like the type of gentleman that would have like a Precious parody. Does he have one of those?
Oh gosh, I wondered my browser. I don't know where my browser window went. Apparently, it must still be open because it was just broadcasting. But I don't know. I don't know where it went. Here it is.
Were you around when Mr. Three Nuts was around? Yeah, you're not Mr. Three Nuts, right?
I can neither confirm or deny the chest double has 3 nuts.
Yeah, but
Okay,
even
but are two of
even if
them
it were, that information would be classified.
Oh, I think I closed the window. Oh, it was a private window. I gotta Google it again. I'm not doing it. Lazy. Ow. Man, this is after the matters. 818-650-3275. Bilo, you want to hang up? You want to go to bed?
No, I don't want to go to. I don't want to hang up. If you're gonna be here, I'm here.
All right. Good.
Along with, I'm looking at the popular channels. There's Minecraft, World of Warcraft, Valorant, Japan.
Should we change the name of our show to Minecraft?
We should change the name of our show to Minecraft.
Should we put ourselves?
Dumb idiots do Minecraft really shitty.
All right, I'm gonna change it to that.
I have a follow-up to a story from a couple weeks ago.
Please.
Lay it on us.
All right. So you remember my how I tried to buy some marijuana and had some issues with the state of California.
Oh, because it was too late, or it was like a minute too late?
Yeah. It showed up a minute too late, and so because they got there a minute too late, they couldn't give it to me. So that was, a month or so ago. Yesterday, or the day before, I ordered up some delivery marijuana from the same place, and a person shows up, and they say, "Hey, wait a minute, I can't give you this."
Oh boy,
that's insane.
That's insane. My license has been expired for almost 4.5 months. There's no reason for me to notice that because I don't drive more than once a week anymore. But that's on me, but that's fine. My license expired. I'm still 33. But okay, fine. You came all the way to my place. You walked all the way to my door. You don't have a scanner. You're not taking the photo of my thing anymore. Because everyone's being lenient. This person wasn't lenient. And it was very mean. And it was very sad. And so, for the second time in a month, from the same delivery place, they showed up at my place with weed and then left.
I think that's just the universe telling you you shouldn't be smoking weed.
That's true. Yeah.
I think it's the universe telling me I shouldn't be getting weed from this place. More so. But no, I also agree with that. But you want to know the kicker, of course.
Sure.
I always like a kicker.
Does it sound like there was maybe a personality threat going through both of them?
It was the same person?
It was the same person.
Oh. Do you think do you think that this guy is like really strict, or do you think he's like running a scam where he's just like keeping all the weed or something?
No, I think it's someone who's like too strict and when everyone else is looking the other way because there's no reason to not look the other way. Like I've apparently had no legal license for 4.5 months. I had spent maybe $1,000 or maybe more on, things that I can smoke over that, amount of time. I never ran into an issue, and except for this person.
This fucking guy. I bet he installs carpet.
Johnny Three Nuts.
Yeah.
What's that?
Was it Johnny Three Nuts?
It was not Johnny Three Nuts.
You also forgot to mention, Hunter, that Johnny Three Nuts has a Z in his name.
I did forget to mention that.
Yeah. It's kind of the most important.
Johnny. Yeah, no, Johnny, it was like in like peak election season. I had, made like one Facebook like post. It was like a link to something. I was like, hey, this is bullshit. And then he did one of those things where he goes in the comments and starts tagging his conservative friends to just start their own thread inside it about like, hey, look at this article. Yeah, I'm talking about the other side now. I'm interesting.
Well, while searching for Johnny Three Nuts, I found this. Hold on. Oh God, he's still. I think it's just staying up there. I don't know.
Can we call his agent?
Yeah, his agent. I'm sure sure he has an agent. Hold on.
No, he's a really successful commercial actor. He has a look.
I mean, maybe. Okay, I found this book.
It's the eyes. Definitely not the mustache. It's the eyes.
I found this book, Whoop Whoop, a Juggalo Noir, written by Icy Thug Nuts.
Oh, I love Icy Thug Nuts Gutman.
A Juggalo Noir. Can you imagine?
I was a juggalo.
You what?
I was a juggalo.
I knew that. I've seen the pictures.
A juggalo.
Hunter, what do you think about when the Dark Carnival formed? As a former juggalo myself.
What? We have two. Wait a second.
Devil, you were a juggalo?
Yeah, I was a juggalo.
What?
And when the Dark Carnival came out, and I found out, we were just killing bad guys, and it's all about Jesus. I dropped my Fago.
You're talking about the Wraith Shangri-La.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh yeah, the song specifically "Die Unveiling." Truth is, we follow God. We've always been behind him.
Wait,
the
what?
Is God.
Wait,
and may the juggalos find him.
Wait, we have two juggalos.
My 3-year-old sister, former, maybe Hunter a little more than me, but I had my 3-year-old sister at one point singing "Chicken Hunting" with me. If you know the song.
Oh, who's going chicken hunting?
We going chicken hunting.
Who's going chicken hunting?
We going chicken hunting.
Who's going chicken hunting?
Cut a motherfucker. That is nuts. What? Oh, man.
Wow. Hunter and Chess Devil both used to be juggalos and are singing Insane Clown.
Juggalo style.
Wow. How do we not know
Hunter,
this?
True question. How many times did you count fuck to make sure that he actually did say fuck that amount of times?
Oh, you mean 93?
Correct.
I'm sure I just looked at like a lyric page and like did a search.
I feel like this is if we had a Dark Matters radio network, this would be a new spin-off like Juggalo ICP podcast featuring Hunter and Chess Devil.
Oh man. Yeah, that would get them to lead in.
Yeah.
Warm the crowd up.
Have you gone to the Gathering before?
Oh, never, no.
I still kind of want to one day.
I would love to go to the Gathering of the Juggalos.
For me, it was an important part of my childhood. It definitely was there when I needed something to be there. Before the more formative things in my life kind of kicked in. It definitely became a big part of why I love horror movies. And honestly, every once in a while, I go back to them on Spotify as good like writing background music. because especially if I'm writing something horror. Because especially Twisted, you listen to some Twisted while you're writing some horror shit. That can be some pretty fun times.
Did you take any wrestling classes?
Take any what?
Did you do any wrestling classes after playing their N64 PlayStation 1 backyard wrestling game?
No, wrestling was never my deal. I always had issues with physical injuries. I don't even watch football. That said, the music video of I Don't Care in the JCW Championship Wrestling VHS they put out is a great fucking music video.
Wow.
Did you ever watch the interview with them against Sharon, Sharon Osbourne, yeah. On Stern? That was a great one.
Vaguely remember it.
This is Juggalo Matters here.
Remember, this was back when you could, if you're going to download something on Kazaa, it would take a while. Oh, fuck. I haven't seen the second one. I've only seen the first movie, by the way.
So I didn't actually get to watch any of the movies because where I'm from, as you know, is a big Christian town. So when I did have to download their albums, they were listed under the homework folder and also hidden.
I've been thinking about that in the past, about how I used to have them all downloaded to the computer, and I don't have, any of them, even the ones I bought, because, fucking files.
This must be so confusing to somebody who's just randomly tuning in, seeing two people whose mouths are not moving while two other people have a conversation. Not that I mind at all. I was just thinking about that watching the screen. And I was like...
I have a buddy of mine. I have a buddy of mine who's like my best brother, and I showed him the show tonight, and he just texted me, "What the fuck are you talking about? I can't believe you were a juggalo."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for me, it was like age like 13 to 15. I got very into it. Great Malenko was very big for me. And. I will still listen to certain stuff. Like, I don't know if you listen to any of the Green Book or Twisted, but they have one song that's just straight up, like, it's on par with, like, the fucking Poltergeist as, like, a horror movie, but it's in a 4-minute song. It's, like, some really, like, legitimately, like, spooky, interesting shit.
That's the one thing. I only liked them. I thought their songs were hilarious. I really didn't go much farther than that. I didn't actually paint my face, but I did order some Faygo just to be part of that club. And it was me and a guy named Randall Raines, who will never hear this, who actually tried to get me to marry a Russian bride.
What?
Maybe about 6 years ago.
Because he was
where I'm at.
After we met.
This is when I moved back.
Oh.
So he calls me up. So was this out there? I come back here. So it's New York. Then I go out to LA. Then I go back to Nashville to do my IT career. Come back to Knoxville. And he has this beautiful Russian woman. It's like $6,000. Marry her. Oh, but you got to get to know her. I can't do that.
Jeez.
But it wasn't. He was like, he was just trying to get her married, or was he specifically trying to get her married to you?
Just getting her married.
Yeah.
He did it multiple times. I mean, he actually made quite a lot of money marrying people in my specific town outside of Knoxville.
That's crazy.
Wait,
I think they did it so
how do you
much.
make money marrying people?
So you want someone to come over, and they say, "Hey, $6,000. You have to know each other for a year and a half. You'll be like tested 3 times by the government, and then once you pass, you get divorced."
Wow.
Otherwise, you go to jail. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's too much work for $6,000.
Yeah, that feels like parole instead of true love.
Possibly. He seemed happy, but I mean, he was making money. Fucking Randall Raines.
Randall
Google.
Raines. I did Google that.
How many times has this guy been divorced?
I googled.
How many times has Randall Raines been divorced? Approximately.
Randall Raines is a character from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, according to Google.
Yes, from Gone in 60 Seconds, he was. That was his big thing in high school. Oh, we have the same name. And if it makes you feel any better about the guy, he was a rollerblader.
It does make me feel better. Makes me feel a lot better. Of course, a roller. Oh my god, rollerblader. It's perfect. You couldn't write that.
Well, that glass of wine's almost done. Should I fill it up again?
It's a good question. Bilo, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I could if we wanted to spur of the moment, turn this into our 23-hour show. I'm ready.
I'm not. I woke up really early this morning because I had to move all the furniture out of my office so that they could put the carpet down. And then they came like later than they said they were going to come. That was part of my carpet story. I didn't tell. There's a lot of carpet stuff. We could really turn this into Carpet Matters if we wanted to.
Can we call it Under the Rug?
Ooh.
What's your favorite type of carpet? I'm not a wall-to-wall man myself.
I don't really. I had to get it for this room because it's for audio purposes.
How else
but
do you have carpet?
you can have a shag
wall-to-wall?
carpet, like a. It's basically a rug, right?
A rug, yeah. Couple throw rugs down the hallway, one in the living room.
Or pubes, am I right, guys? Pubes? Yeah, the carpet, right?
Nice.
Yeah, nice, bro.
Okay, that's kind of the first time I've ever confirmed that the carpet is meant to be that, and the drapes are meant to be the hair. Got it.
What did you think the carpet would be?
I just figured it was like, hey, A matches B, right? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like that, it wasn't like specific. It was just like, yeah, it's like, it's like a not synecdoche, the other one metaphor, or maybe it's the other one, synecdoche.
Metonymy is
metonymy,
often paired with.
But yeah, where one is the other, but it's still different. You know what I've been thinking about a lot lately?
How could I possibly?
The Museum of Jurassic Technology.
I love the Museum of Jurassic Technology.
It's the best place in the world. I've only been there once, and I think that's the place I want to go to first when this is all like opening up again.
Yeah, assuming it's still there.
I mean,
how much money was the Museum of Jurassic Technology making?
Yeah,
on
no, they must own. They must
much.
own the building, right? So
yeah.
It's got to be educational grants, which I'm sure are like more long term and stuff.
Yeah. Oh wait, but you can't.
Well, the guy.
You can't spoil it though. The problem with Museum of Jurassic Technology is like if somebody hasn't been there, you can't tell them anything about it. You just have to be like, just go, because if you spoil it,
it's it's a highly divisive place. Personally, I hated it.
Yeah, it's because you have no fucking imagination.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's something you guys are going to have that I don't via museum. And sorry to interrupt you, Hunter. Go on. I apologize.
No. I'm in agreement with Frankie that you should know nothing about it except that it's truly an experience and that you might hate it, and that's part of the experience.
So you guys are getting the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. Have you heard of this?
This is not the Academy Museum. Yep. This is a different museum.
Yeah, down in Exposition Park.
Yeah, I think I've heard, yeah.
When that opens, I might have to come back out just to see it, just for the design alone. It's supposed to house the largest Norman Rockwell paintings ever. And then it's all about narrative art. So it's going to be bigger than the what's the library with all the movies? Ignore the second part, but it's huge. You have to look at it, and it's very, very weird.
Have you ever been to the Museum of Jurassic Technology?
I want to say I have, but I think it was just a science museum.
You would know if you've been there. I promise you would know if you've been there.
Okay.
It's like this very... Frankie, would you say it's okay to say it's a little bit cramped?
Yeah. There are a lot of exhibits.
It's a little bit... There's a lot of exhibits. The nature of the exhibits are eclectic in ways that are interesting in the ways that they're eclectic, not in... Like, I can't even spoil it by saying anything. But it's just a fascinating, wonderful place, and there is a tea room at the top.
Yes, definitely get all the way up to the top to the tea room. It was my favorite part.
The tea, yeah. But all I've been thinking about is how, like, I would love to do like a virtual tour of that place right now.
Yeah.
But I know they don't like let too many.
Well, you wouldn't want to do a virtual. It's like weird. It's cool how it's sort of. Well, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's cool how it's like it's like an experience, and it's like, I don't know.
By their website, I've not been, but boy, I need to go sometime.
Yeah.
It's a website from like '98, but
yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a COVID
and
update.
Also, it was the last time I saw one of my close friends, and I miss her. So it was like, you know what? I have fond memories of that really fun day I had with my friend at this really fun place. So that's why I've been thinking about it, Michael, and that's why there is no way you would have been able to think it.
Oh, they actually have a list of their exhibits online.
yeah, the way the tea room looks compared to the rest of their website, I don't see how it could be that magical.
Oh, but it is. Oh, but it is.
Yeah.
You can buy a miniature bestiary surprise bag for just $1. I think I saw Christmas gifts, actually.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I've been seeing a lot of that on, like, Twitter and stuff about how, like, one of the things that you can do for places like that you want to see stay alive is buy their merchandise while they can't be open, or buy gift cards while they can't be open, or buy yearly subscriptions. So, yeah, this might be something for me to stocking stuff with.
I just went to see if John Williamson responded to our email, but he hasn't responded to it. We put in a request to try to get Joe Montana to talk on our to be on our podcast. And now we got somehow subscribed to the CAA public speakers mailing list, and it's all these. So it's like spam email, but they're advertising like Nicole Kidman, trying to get Nicole Kidman to talk to your group, like it's like spam email for like the most expensive possible thing. How about getting?
Did you actually reach out to Joe Montana?
We called his speaking agent or whatever. We left a message with his speaking agent, and then we got somehow subscribed to their email list. And it's like, how about having Trevor Noah? Trevor Noah's hosting the Grammys. It's like trying to get you to hire Trevor Noah to be a speaker, which probably costs, six figures to get him to come.
Yeah.
I remember that night. I think I might have been the person that tell you to call him.
Might have been.
So I apologize for that.
No, it's fine. I just find this like really high-end spam very interesting.
I was thinking of trying to start a lottery with no prize, just like
a scam.
A scam, and seeing if we could do it.
Oh, of course you could
on the show.
I mean, yeah. That's what my my biological grandfather did. They did lottery scams in Florida. It was called Bolita, and it was a fake lottery, and they would take people's money and then they would have fake winners.
That's I mean, it's a good scam.
Yeah. I mean, the lottery is a scam. The lottery is, just a tax on poor people.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's crazy that we just let we're okay with having the lottery exist, and then just watching gambling addicts give all their money to the state, state sanctioned gambling addiction. It's insane.
It's true. Yeah. I do think the Mega Millions, if you just had a Trump themed lottery.
Oh my God, Mega Millions!
You could get a lot of people to play it.
And people would, if you scam them on Mega Millions, people would just not admit. They would not admit to being scammed.
Yeah,
they couldn't possibly.
Exactly.
They'd be great.
Mega Millions is genius, Bilo. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That might be your best. That's your best idea, if they maybe ever. But what has to be something Trump themed that you get if you win, not just $1 million. It has to be you get to stay at Mar-a-Lago or
meeting with the man himself.
Yeah. Honestly, you could probably just run a real lottery and really give out $1 million, but you just take a vig, and you just give out a prize that's way less than the amount of money that you brought in.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's the point of doing a lottery. Yeah, that's business.
Is that leak? You can't just do your own lottery, though, can you?
I don't think you can do your own lottery. Yeah, I think that's the issue, is that running a lottery is illegal.
Can you do your own lottery?
If you can do your own GoFundMe, you can be able to do your own lottery.
It's illegal.
No, because it's so easy to defraud people.
Yeah, you cannot run a lottery in the United States.
Okay, well, what country could that's?
Oh, we don't have to.
Just seems like we can run it from outside the United States.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like a cruise ship.
Okay, I searched for "Can you do your own lottery?" The second result is from a website called Lottery Syndicate World, and it says how to start a lottery. Go here for how to set up a lottery syndicate.
I think it might be legal if you don't give out a cash prize.
Oh, a raffle.
Yeah, have you guys ever heard of a cakewalk? This is a Southern thing.
Yes.
I haven't.
Cakewalks unfortunately have a racist history, which I learned about recently.
Yeah, I can't help my ancestors, but it's the best. Is you pay a lot of money, up to $20 a ticket, to walk around in a circle, and if you land there, you get a cake. Now, some cakewalks also have a little note inside the cake, and if you get the cake with that, you win a cash prize.
Wow.
That feels like a lot of work, but I mean, I'd like to get it, but that feels like a lot of work on all parts.
That's weird. And you win a cake?
Yeah, think of it as musical chairs, but with a cake.
That actually sounds pretty good. I would do that.
But you're not sitting on the cake.
What you do with it when you get home, my friend, you do with it.
That's your cake, baby. You can have your cake and eat it too.
Wait, but
if you know what I mean.
So I actually am confused though. Like, is the note inside the cake for when you get home and you cut it up, or do you find the note inside the cake when you're eating it? When you're like,
everybody knows that one cake has a note in it. So every round you get maybe 10 to 15 people would, kind of play musical chairs for a cake. And within, say 10 rounds during the fair or whatever church gathering or whatever you are having at the cakewalk, one of those cakes has a little note inside of it where you win a cash prize.
But when do you discover the note?
Well, everyone reaches into the cake once they win the cake. I mean, you're not there for the actual cake.
Oh, but you said whatever I want to do with the cake when I take it home. I want to eat a fucking cake, brother.
I just have to say, I like that we're the only show where the main show is an hour long and the after show is 2 hours long.
People. That's what the people want. They want more. They want more. After the content.
Yeah.
That's actually not true. I've been trying to check in on the George Lucas talk show, and they have the same problem. Not problem. I love it.
Wait, there's a George Lucas talk
Found
show?
about the Lucas Museum. Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Wait, is George Lucas the host?
I haven't gotten fully. No, it's fucking like the blank check guys and a bunch of like UCB from New York people.
I see.
What I've seen of it, it's fun, but like it's a bunch of people I enjoy. But they have in their YouTube feed, it's like main show an hour, after show this, and so I love the spirit of that. These are some of the best conversations I have all week.
Yeah.
I want the chest. I will also say I look forward to this every week.
Oh, that feels good. That's great to hear, Chest Devil. I look forward to hearing from you every week. Not so much Bilo. Why am I so mean to Bilo on this show? It's just my persona.
It's a great question.
It's just my persona.
Yes, but don't have a persona because we could get kicked off again.
I guess so. We still will never know if we got kicked off for the stripper or for the furry. We'll never. The stripper and the furry. Audible presents The Stripper and the Furry.
It's a great
Did we ever answer this since you guys came back? What was the second strike for? I know it wasn't you guys.
Oh, I think Hunter knows better than me.
Somebody else used like real music or something
No,
like
wasn't
that?
it somebody had a talking butthole or something?
Was
Somebody
it?
told me
I
that.
think that's what I kept hearing. I know, go sketch yourself. We've put up fucking visible nipples, visible asses, tons of shit. I know they've gotten harder since then.
Yeah.
But we've put up a lot of like shit and somehow made it through. My nipples have been visible many times. It's so weird what gets flagged. Like, I look in the chat and I see them like bleep out words in the chat, and the words are like prom.
Yeah.
Or no, the words were bachelor party. That's what the words
Yeah.
were.
Well, because everyone canceled Tom Hanks. Don't you know that, right?
They also bleeped out Splash. Which, by the way, to bring it all back to the baby names, that's what I was talking about, was the name Madison came from the movie Splash in 1984, so there are next to 0 people born before that year named Madison.
That's weird.
Because she was named after the street Madison Avenue.
That's like how the name Jalen, like nobody was named Jalen there, and it all started with fucking Jalen Rose, the basketball player. Like if you look at the chart, it's like doesn't exist, and then he came on the scene, and now it's like super popular baby name. Look how full circle we came. We got back to baby names. That's because we're gonna be naming my baby.
Yeah, it's a fucking third beat.
That's right.
Did you guys go over the Game of Thrones names? I have a good friend of mine who named their daughter Khaleesi.
Oh God.
This is pre season 6, so everyone was still liking the show.
Yeah, no, Arya is like a legit like top 20 like baby girl name now.
Ay.
Sometimes I worry that Hunter became a popular name because of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Who?
The
he?
wrestler.
Did he call?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking the other H.H. Holmes. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it's 1 o'clock.
All right.
I have a limited window of sleep because I get up when my child starts screaming at me. Daddy up! Daddy up!
Oh, that's
good
cute,
morning. Daddy hug. I know.
Aw.
He's the best.
That's aggressive love.
Oh yeah. Daddy hug! Daddy hug! What hug? And then when you hug him, he goes, ooh, ooh. As he squeezes and goes, ooh.
Oh.
He's so cute. Oh my god. I gotta.
So your son's a white improviser then?
Yeah.
The white male improviser.
Yeah, basically. All right, I gotta sign off.
All right. Okay. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Hunter.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Chess Devil. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Night, Mother of Garblin.
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone. This has been Dark Matters.
Matters.
After the Matters. Good night.